there we go. We should be going right now. Yes, we are. Okay, nice. Posting this. Getting everything set up. We are getting ready for the game. That is at such a weird time. But we'll see what happens. I go back up here. 3 new posts. Okay, got it. Well, yep, we got the game going on today. Of course, we have the Battlehawks versus the DC Defenders. That game is going to be starting in roughly 15 minutes, so we got a bit of time to kill before that one. First comment sector gets it. Let's start a poll with who wins. Who wins? St. Louis or DC? There we go. And we're just having a laugh. There we go. Hey, sup, Matt? Got that going. Man. Dude, I hate NC weather. Like, yesterday I had like 2 fans going on and like almost full power, and I was steaming. Yes, I had a jersey on, but like right now I'm freezing. I have 1 fan on minimal power. So like it's the greatness of NC weather. It's literally, you never know what's gonna happen. It's terrible, but it is what it is. You know, today is a great sports day though. It's just, I want the Defenders to win. Oh my god. But, you know, sports stuff, today is going to be a great day. Like, as soon as this game ends, putting on the Hurricanes game, going to be, like, vaguely watching the Storm Stallions game as well. Probably going to be putting that on the side somewhere. So I got those 2 games going on, then WrestleMania starts tonight, keeping up with the Heritage on, you know, overall stats, and I'm pretty sure the NBA playoffs start today. I'm not going to watch any game if there is one today, because it's not like there's a game I care about more than anything going on today. Raptors, Cavs, not going to watch that. Timberwolves, Nuggets, you are not the Hurricanes. You are not the Storm Stallions. Not going to watch you. Hawks, Knicks, no. I guess Rockets, Lakers, if WrestleMania ends early, I guess I'll put that on. I don't know. But, yeah, so we'll see how that goes. NHL. Hurricane Senators. I wish that no, I'm actually glad it's the first game so I can watch with no issues, so that's going to be great. Then Flyers, Penguins tonight. Oh, yeah, dude, I would watch that well more than the other games, so. Yeah, 3 new posts. Blah, blah, blah. Nice. Sup, Royce? Nice to see you here as well. Now, let's look up some things real quick. Okay, seeing that all. Got it. New post, nothing. Okay, got that going on. But for this game, honestly, it just hit 12:17 in the afternoon. This is gonna be a good game. I know that, wow, DC's at 5.5. I didn't realize that. I think that's less than what it was a couple days ago. Let me check. Because when I did my video, it was about 3 days ago at this point. So, 2 days ago. So, it's not like it's super long ago. But let me see real quick. What was my picks for this game? Okay, so the spread did change. It was 3.5-point favorite for DC. Now it is up to 5.5. It's a bit much. I'm not, like, I get it. Harrison Frost really didn't look that good. You know, he just threw the ball to Hakeem Butler, but outside of that, he had the 2 bad interceptions to start. He didn't look terrible, but he didn't look incredible. But you did have Hakeem Butler, who was insanely good last week, and so if he's able to have another game like that, dude, St. Louis can definitely win. So, that'll be interesting. So, Homeless Cop, Battlehawks by 10. It's going to be interesting to see something more of the Battlehawks. They played great last Sunday with DC's on fire. This really is a great matchup. I mean, this feels like whoever wins this game is almost a lock for the playoffs at this point. Sup, Denzel? I've got that feeling that whoever wins this game is probably a playoff team, not just because of 3-1, but because obviously tiebreak scenarios. Like, if you're St. Louis and you beat DC, even if you still view DC as a better team, St. Louis is then going to have a huge tiebreaker over them. And then if you're, you know, a DC fan, if you end up winning this game, you're at 3-1. The way you've been playing, you're just going to be, you know, going for it. So whoever wins this game, it feels like a playoff game, just like the Kings Gamblers felt like whoever loses is eliminated. This feels like whoever wins, barring a complete disaster the last back half of the season, is going to be a playoff team. So this should be a great one. Second game in DC, second game in a row it's in DC. Again, Harrison Frost is expected to be the starter for St. Louis. And then obviously you're going against DC. Valade isn't playing. There's a couple other inactives. Let me check that while we are in here real quick. So defenders. Scroll down. Inactives. Brian Abraham. That's hurts. That sucks to see. Brandon Smith. So you got a couple big players that are missing for them. And when you go to the Battlehawks, you are currently going to be missing tonight Frank Darby, Justin Smith. Oh no, you're missing one of your like 10 wide receivers. Michael Barrett, that's probably going to hurt a bit, but overall, not missing as many like insane players the way DC is. So in terms of inactives, advantage goes to St. Louis. And yes, we do have confirmation about the maroon home jerseys that, you know, because they got leaked. I know somebody was talking about last night that they did get leaked, that they are actually, you know, real. They did make them. Big W, but yeah. Frost is screwed. Oh my god. We put the shields down in DC before Iceman cometh. Hey, we'll see how Frost does. Like I said, I still think Pratt is probably a better overall quarterback. It's just the issue that when he joined, it was a lot later in the offseason process. And, you know, if you're not there the whole time, it's going to hurt you. So it's not like I was shocked that Harrison Frost got in over him. But we'll see how it ends up going. We got about 10 more minutes before the game ends up starting. So we'll see how that ends up going. Let me see. Any new post ID? Nope, not seeing that. I will say, man, last night, those playing games were hella disappointing. Like, after how good they were earlier in the week, you kind of expected them to be really good, and in the end, they were just, like, the Warriors wasn't, like, a total blowout, but Golden State never was really close after that first quarter. Right, I mean, they got it a bit closer, but they never really was that close. And then the Hornets got absolutely crushed. It was insane. Pods at 23 points. Oh, my God. I didn't even look at the official stats of this one yet. Horford put up 9. Ooh, yeah, I didn't hit the same. Yeah, Steph only hit 17. Yeah, they're cooked. His D last week was clutch. We'll see for sure. And then obviously later today you do have the other matchups. So you got 2 big games today for the UFL. With the Storm Stallions coming on later today. NHL and NBA playoffs start. You just got so much going on. It's crazy. Let's see. Speaking of that, let me see. I know the big guys haven't started yet, but let's look at the PGA scores real quick. Nobody's making a charge so far early in the morning. Doesn't look like it. Roger's doing okay. GAJ is doing good, but not like insane. Scotty hasn't finished a hole yet. Morikawa is not either. Okay. So not like anything massive is going on. Okay. And let's put that back over there. Zach, I won't feel too bad if St. Louis loses because Battlehawks beat them twice. Good luck winning a third of the time in the playoffs. That is true, but that's also suggesting that both teams do make the playoffs. It is going to be a bit tough right there for that one, for that matchup to happen if St. Louis does win because DC loses the tiebreaker, and you basically have to rely on the Renegades or the Storm kind of bottling that back half of the season. But I do know what you mean. Like, if you are a Battlehawks fan, you would rather them lose this game if you were guaranteed a matchup in the postseason. Because if you're 2-0 against a team, it is really hard to go 3-0. So I do get what you're saying. If Orlando wins, the Stallions going to... Do they finally beat the fraud allegations? True. If Orlando gets a W, it definitely shows something. Because, number one, when you get to, like, 4-0, you got to start being like, okay, you know... Granted, the one thing about being undefeated is the Steelers from a few years ago did so much damage. They did irreparable damage to the idea of being undefeated. Because that team was 11-0, and everybody that watched football knew damn well that team was not good. And they just happened to be 11-0. Even the Cardinals, when they were like 8-0 that one year, like, those two teams did so much damage to the idea of being undefeated. But with Orlando, I do agree. If they win this game, it shows they are a pretty legit team. Granted, there are a couple ways they could lose, and you still question about, or they could win, and you could still question how good they are. But overall, I do think that if they win this game, it does show they are something else. And they will move up to number 2 or 3 in my power rankings, depending on exactly what happens in this game and all that. Hope AJ beats back in the 8 bowl. I agree. Like, you all know, I'm not the biggest AJ fan in the world. Like, I was never, like, the AJ McCarron's that guy kind of thing. But the entire situation, it was insane. Beck literally threw him under the bus. You cannot go out there and say, well, we needed a dual threat quarterback. That's why we're not able to win these games. And you know, throw AJ under the bus, and that causes all the issues that he ends up having in San Antonio. So just I have too much EPL and MLS taking up all my TVs. Yeah, I was literally just watching Bournemouth, literally like right before this game. That was the only game on that I saw that was on like right now on what I was watching, so I put that on. Insane goal at the end to win 2-1. Just a wild one. And then tomorrow morning, obviously, you've got the big matchup. You got Arsenal versus Man City, which, you know, if you want to be if you want to enjoy sports, you want Man City to win because it would just be hysterical that Arsenal might bottle the league again and finish 4 straight times at second place. Obviously, Tottenham has a game coming up today. I'm going to be keeping up with that score, so we'll see. Yeah, if the Storm win, you're number 1 because of the fact the Renegades lost. You will be the best record. You're the only undefeated team, so it's going to be pretty insane. Go Battlehawks, says ZJ. I want to kick back. Orlando versus Birmingham, the old teacher versus student game. Love to see what AJ learned from his old coach. And hey, Skip's going to be in the building, man. You know damn well that you cannot lose with Skip in the building. You do not want to hear that crowd chant, especially if you're going to have as big a crowd as they say it's going to be. Oh my god. I feel like they're going to phase him out as the year's on. I wouldn't be shocked at that because it does feel like that. Even the like endgame post, like I just saw the post earlier that, you know, apparently Todd Haley was having a good time in the locker room in not a drinking sense. I know we made that joke a lot last night, but I was having a lot of fun in the locker room. It definitely does feel like, especially because if you're a player, right? If you're a player and your coach gets arrested like that, you know, you're not going to have the same level of respect from that you had before. So I definitely feel like a lot of these guys are probably getting more and more so towards being Todd Haley guys themselves. So I wouldn't be shocked at that. I do think that the idea that Ted Ginn is back next year as the head coach, I don't fully see it. But, you know, never say never, but we'll see. That's what I would say when it comes to that. Nope. Let's see, 5 new posts. The Gamblers, oh man. Oh, it's on ABC. I'm on the wrong channel. I thought it was on Fox. My bad. Okay, good thing I switched. Okay, yeah, it is on ABC. Okay, good thing I switched. I thought it was on Fox. Later game is on Fox. Yeah, we might have another 1 mil game. There's no... Wait, when does the first NBA game start? I literally just looked at them and already forgot. Because the first NHL game isn't for later till 3. Because your boy's watching that. Okay, 1 o'clock. That's going to hurt a little bit about this game starting beforehand, which you love to see. Good scheduling. Rare W scheduling right there for the UFL. Putting this game on 12:30, not 1. And just got a huge win. That was a great game last night. The fact they actually pulled that win. Who's had the last year? That's embarrassing. I wouldn't say so. I mean, we've had that a lot. I mean, even Bryce Perkins, in many ways, you know, yes, I know he didn't win the title game, but he got there. Wasn't really, you know, a guy that was there last year. He played barely a half of football in 2024, and he got the team to the championship 25. And then obviously in 24, I mean, Adrian Martinez was brand new to the league, and he ended up having this incredible year. I mean, it's really not, like, uncommon for that to happen. So, and it's, I mean, technically speaking, right now, Storm would be a new champion. Gamblers, I guess, would be new depending on who's starting, but let's call it like it is. They ain't winning the title. The Kings would be new. DC wouldn't. Birmingham wouldn't. Aviators wouldn't. Renegades would. This is a 50-50 shot, but I don't think it's a big deal either way. We'll be the head coach there soon. Yeah, probably. Especially if they're gonna... I mean, it really looked like yesterday for sure. Two little brother definitely starting. I mean, yeah, I don't think he was insane by any stretch of the word last night. Like, I was watching him, like he was definitely better. He was way better than what he was against DC when I saw him. He was so bad in that game. But it's not like he was, like, you know, insanely good either, if I'm going to be completely honest. So, he's probably going to be the starter just because of injuries, you know, bad injury luck for certain people and all that. It's kind of what it feels like to me. But, yeah, we'll see. Let's go, Defender, says Colin. Hey, good old... We'll see what happens with DC. It feels like he got signed one day, so I can't blame. Yes, I think what we really saw in that game is what I've been saying about Michael Pratt as well. That Pratt, despite being, I think most of us can agree, a better quarterback than Harrison Frost. The fact is, he signed basically the same time as Talia. They both were, like, right before the season started. And so when you're signing, like, right then, you know, you're not having that training camp period, so you're going to really have to learn on the fly. So I do agree to that. It's just a matter of also that, even with that one, I didn't really see him being like, when I looked at him last night, 2 nights ago, and I'm saying, does he look better than Henderson at his best? No. Did he look better than Deckers at his best? Maybe. Deckers really didn't play long enough for me to be like, oh yeah, that's him. He was not terrible by any stretch of the word. He looked a lot better than expected. Talking about a quarterback that's questionable, obviously Jason Bean is the most debatable one. There are a lot of things that are really good about him, a lot of things that are really bad about him. If he can keep getting more consistent, that Kings team is really good. They definitely needed that win. That was a huge one for sure. On his fumbling yesterday. Yeah, because, outside of the fumble, he overall outplayed Austin Reed. Like, when you go back and look at it, he really did outplay Reed outside of the one fumble he had. The thing with McClendon is now that he's using his legs more, it's helping that offense so much. Because you already have this great triple threat of running backs, and when you add in McClendon, it just makes it to where it's such a... You can't stop that team. It's so hard to stop that team. And they think they realized that. I think Haley realized that while being the head coach, obviously. Obviously, he probably knew to an extent that this team is great. You're going to see a lot of people talking about how great the run game is, even though a lot of those same people were saying nothing about it the week before. So I was trying to say, a couple weeks ago, man, this Aviators run game was really underappreciated. When, Lovett is, your third best running back, damn. Damn, that's a really good running back room, and that's your third best running back. You think Kings fans will be coming back after the rule change? They already still came back a lot. You had a great number. Even Columbus's last night was better than I expected it to be. The number was worse than I expected it to be, but the crowd looked better than I thought it was. So very, weird. But Louisville, man, they've seen a lot of that team. I think it's going to be huge for them as well. What's wrong with the team, in my opinion? You should trade Lovett to St. Louis. If you're Columbus, definitely not. But, St. Louis definitely needs anybody because this ground game is terrible. If they lose today, the biggest reason is probably going to be the ground game. Even though it's, only 3 games. If you're averaging 2.5 yards per carry, there's something drastically wrong with your overall offense. That can be anywhere. I don't know who you're going to throw the blame on, but 2.5 yards per carry is... You can't just blame the running back. At that point, it's on coaching, it's on the O-line, it's even on the receivers. That's such a bad number. That is insane, and that's what they were averaging and are averaging. We'll see what happens today. But they definitely need something. They need some sort of help on the O-line, wide receiver group for blocking, tight end, anything. Because, man, that ground game for St. Louis is ass. That might be the single worst unit in the league. But they've got Hakeem Butler, so they can, negate some of those issues. If he's actually good. Hey, this is true. Sup, WV, good old V of the Beer Snake. Viva the Beer Snake, yeah. Hey, we'll see how this ends up going. The Beer Snake, obviously watching it get built. Dude, you literally, you would turn away. When I was sitting there, I'd be watching the game, and then I would, turn to look at the snake, and it would just grow. It just would double in size, just out of nowhere, like a hydra. You cut one head, 2 come up. Every time you just look around, it was just crazy, man. This is probably the biggest talking point. I know we're going to talk about a lot while we're going to be looking at, Harrison Frost, but Te'amu so far has yet to have a truly great game. He has been getting better every single week, but he has still not had a game that I think even most people call even good. So that's another big talking point, is if he does have his best game of the season, that should, in theory, help DC a lot. It'll be very interesting. Going to listen to you while walking the dog. Sup, rookie? They haven't shown a crowd shot at the moment. They just showed some pregame stuff, so I can't say for that at all right now. Sup, little Cam, I see here, too. Defenders 5-1. Jordan hopefully starts the ball out for once. Yeah, if he can get back to going in this game, it'll be huge for him. That's definitely the biggest issue for them. Which is orange jersey, kind of like our away, but I like those ones. I think most of the away jerseys are solid outside Houston is easy. But I do love these Storm away jerseys, but yeah, the home jerseys. The Beer Snake section itself is looking good. The section next to it, not insane. The home side, I can't see a lot. It's looking it's not looking too great right now, so far. I see you back for a bit, Denzel. I do respect the DC crowd. They get rowdy. Oh, they definitely do, especially the Beer Snake section. The 4 Horsemen. Honestly, I know that, I think that, some Notre Dame fans will be upset at that, but you're not really wrong. McClendon, Lovett, White, Toa. God damn, bro. That's such a good unit. I love the Fox scoreboard. Dude, I love almost everything about the Fox broadcast compared to the ESPN one, not gonna lie. The Fox broadcast is such a W. It's such a vibe. They know how to interview people. They don't do it they do it enough to where you can be like, okay, it's a bit different than the NFL and notice it, but it's not too much like ESPN where you're like, okay, chill. Same with the betting talk and all that, the overall score bug. I will say the little thing they did on NFL Network, I did think that was pretty cool at the very bottom where they were showing like who was talking, a lot of things like coordinators and all that. I actually did like that. I think that was a really big W. Rare ESPN broadcast W, I know, but honestly, I love that. I thought that was a really cool thing they did on NFL Network on Thursday. Get everyone Audi. Dude, after going to Audi, it is so weird. Like, I thought that St. Louis, the dome was awkward because it's literally like in downtown St. Louis. But dude, Audi Field, I'm not even joking. Across the street from Audi Field, it's not a skyscraper. It's not a government building. It's a residential housing. Like, it's so weird. Like, if you walk right from the front entrance of Audi Field, it's a residential neighborhood that if you're walking spans like a 20-minute walk. It is crazy how weird it is. Like, just overall. So, like, I see what people say where it takes people to get in there. It's so weird. Kickoff is up. St. Louis getting the ball first. It is recovered about the 5, up to the 10. God, I hate this camera angle. Up to the 20. Cuts to the left, gets to 25, and down at about the 26-yard line. Dude, we need to know where this chip is. We're in week 4. We still don't know where it is, bro. We know where an expansion team is being added in 2028, but we don't know where the title game is this year. Like, come on, man. They got to announce this, bro. We want to buy tickets. Joe Test. Hey, we do love some Joe Test. The guy from wrestling. The guy from the WWE, from the Fed. 1st and 10. In shotgun. Ball is snapped. Looks to the right side of the field. He's going to throw it deep over the middle. And it is incomplete. A bit too high, but maybe about 1.5 yards. Overall solid throw. Better that only your receiver can catch it if no one can. Decent. And yeah, if you're doing the dual thing, you're watching the stream and you have the game on, at the very bottom you can see what I mean, talking about how at the very bottom it shows like the people who are talking and all that. I actually do like that. That's a big W to me. Instead of that bad logo we had each year with a different number. I don't even have something that I only have the hat over there, but that doesn't have the logo. They're handing the ball off. Wow, a good rush, about 8.5 yards on the carry for Howard. Wow, actual good rush. You don't see that very often. Love to see that. Yeah, it is definitely nice getting a bit of a less color rush stuff in the blue pants. Definitely goes good against the DC red as well. Come on. What universe is... I know, bro. It's so weird, but like this right now showing St. Louis quarterback Harrison Frost, coordinator AJ Smith at the bottom. I like that. That's a good way to get casuals to start understanding who these people are. Big W. Rare, but huge W for ESPN. No way they gave this first down. Really? Wow, they gave that a first down. That is a... You want to talk about a generous spot? Wow, there's already a timeout. That is insane. So St. Louis is already using a timeout. Very bad decision. I've never understood calling a timeout this early in the game, even if you're going to get a delay of game. Not a fan of that, so bad timeout. But wild that they may have given him a first down there, because that was clearly short by like 1 yard. Pittsburgh Penguins shirt today. They celebrate. Oh, yeah, I mean, you got that game tonight. That's the 8:30 game, I believe. Pittsburgh versus Philly. That should be a banger of a game. Have a franchise wide receiver. Dude, Hakeem Butler is something else, man. 1st and 10 somehow. Let's see what they can do here. Harrison Frost in the backfield to Jarvian Howard to his left. 2 receivers on both sides of the ball. Ball is snapped. Looks to the right side of the field. Throws it to the corner, and he just threw it away out of bounds. Brandon Silver's on the sideline. About Butler. Hey, bro. That's one of those guys you're going to be like in 20 years. Dude, Hakeem Butler hit night, bro. He hit different. That guy hit different, bro. He was insane. Or Derek Robertson. Gary and Coonley. Or Conley. Kevin Lytlis as an impact player? Okay, we stretch it. We stretch the division respectfully. Okay, ball snap. They hand it off. And it's going to be a 0-yard gain. Damn, they had one good play and they're right back to doing what they normally do. Oh, man. Well, let me look this up on the side. Let me make sure I'm not yapping. Battlehawks. Yeah, Kevin Lytle is, ain't no way they showed him as an impact player, bro. Dude, showing any running back on St. Louis as an impact player? Bro, come on. Come on, man. Ball is snapped. Harrison Frost is going to roll up the pocket. He gets the first down. There is a flag. He's going to be down at about the 50-yard line after he slides. Yeah, Rapol's talking about close to a record crowd. He's got his Stallions gear on. They need about like 3.5K more than what they've sold already, and they will break the record for Birmingham because the record is like 17.5 or 18.5. I do not remember which one it is. It's one or the other. And Taylor gets the penalty, so it is going to be a bigger gain for for St. Louis. Let's go over here. Why is Joe Rogan #1 on trending? First and 10 for the Battlehawks. 12.5 minutes left in the first quarter. In shotgun. 3 receivers to the right. Ball is snapped. It's a quick little screen pass, and it's incomplete. Threw it too low. So 2nd and 10 now for the Battlehawks. Remember, we do have the poll going up still. Who is going to win this game, St. Louis or DC? Going to poll that probably after the second drive for DC. In shotgun. Three receivers to the right. Ball is snapped. Throws it over the middle. It is caught. And he's going to be down about a yard and a half shy of the first down marker. About an 8.5-yard gain. It's following us Dragons Holding Company. It'll be interesting to see what that is, but I did see that. That was definitely something I know a lot of people talked about. It'll be very interesting to see how that ends up going. Even if it's just like a big partner, that's still a big deal, but we will definitely see about that. Definitely interesting. Third and 1 now for the Battlehawks. Bit of a larger 3rd and 1, but still 3rd and 1. We'll see what they can pull off here. Damn, they used another timeout because of players on the field. That is terrible. St. Louis is doing, like, this is really bad, just overall. I hate to say it, but this is bad coaching right now. You cannot take 2 timeouts in the first 5 minutes of the game. I do not care how this drive is going. I understand that you are in field goal range right now, but if you take a 5-yard penalty, you are putting yourself in 4-point field goal range. So, worst case, you can run and get like 2 yards, try to kick an exact 60-yard field goal or something like that. I'm not a fan of that. You use 2 timeouts. There's 11.5 minutes left of the first quarter, and St. Louis is already down to 1 timeout. That is pretty crazy. I actually watch it off Fox. Whenever it's on Fox or ABC, I just watch my TV. When it's on ESPN, I'll put it on my monitor. 3rd and 1 for the Battlehawks. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ball is snapped. It's a QB draw, and he gets taken down, and he should get the first down. He was brought forward. Yeah, it should be a first down, but with how these guys are spotting it, yes, I saw this Todd Haley celebration. He ain't beating the Rob Ryan allegations. Yeah, true. That was something else, man. So 11 minutes left, first down there. It looks like there's not enough people to make a beer snake. The Battlehawks going to win. I'm rooting for the snake. Yeah, Michael Pratt was in there for that rush. Got the 1-yard rush for him. So first 10, Harrison Frost is back in. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ball is snapped. They hand it off. And he breaks a tackle, keeps going, and he's going to get down for an 8-yard gain. It's what you want to see if you're a Battlehawks fan. If you're a Battlehawks fan, it's what you want to see. You want to see the ground game do well. The ground game has been terrible all year. If you can keep this up right here, you've got a great shot at winning this game. Yeah, that was something else. If you guys haven't seen it, you can go find that on Twitter. Good old Todd Haley having a celebration of all celebrations, you can say. 2nd and 3 now for the Battlehawks. Dude, Blake Williams going off on the sideline. 2nd and 3. Ball is snapped. They hand it off. And he gets tackled in the backfield. It's going to be about a 4-yard loss for the Battlehawks. Just as we're giving them credit for their ground game, that happens. Big, rough one right there. So it's going to be back to being about 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9-ish for the Battlehawks. We'll see what they can do here. And again, especially because you use 2 timeouts, anything other than a touchdown is a failure. If you're going to use timeouts on your opening drive and not get a touchdown, it was a complete failure. So, not a good spot if you're a Battlehawks fan. But let's see what they do here. They do give a bit of a generous spot, 3rd and 7. Let's see what they do here with a little under 10 minutes left in the first quarter. In shotgun. Ball is snapped. Looks to the right side of the field. Throws the check down. And it's a bit too high. Incomplete. They're going to be forced to kick a field goal. A bit of a rough ending right there. The ground game was looking pretty solid. The 2 timeouts is rough. Again, you use 2 timeouts, and in the end, you don't even get a touchdown. That's bad. They better get a touchdown. Yeah, that's rough for them. They're going to have to kick a field goal here. If you make the field goal, you're still up 3-0, so you can't be too upset about it. But using 2 timeouts for it, 2 timeouts is not worth a field goal with the first 5 minutes of the game. Like, come on. Tucker McCann has been very solid. Again, kicking, week 1 was horrible overall for the league. Since week 1, damn, it's been like typical UFL. It's been great. Let's see if he can keep his streak up. Kick is up. Oh, it's a beautiful kick. It is good. 51-yarder is made. That puts him at, I believe it's 8 of 9 on his year, and that's another 50-yarder for him. Great kick by McCann right there. Overall, if you're DC, you are ecstatic about that. The fact that you were able to get them to have 2 timeouts be called and hold them to a field goal, you're 100% fine with that if you're a DC defender fan. So we'll see what happens on their first drive. See if Teamo has a better game this week than he's had the previous weeks. We'll see. I did have this being a bit of a higher scoring game looking at it right now. But we'll see what ends up happening. Looking at stuff. Let's see, new posts or not. There we go. Yep, Tucker McCann making the kick. Oh, my screen, oh my god. Using it, yeah, the 2 timeouts is a bit rough right there. Again, we'll keep the poll up. If you haven't voted, you can vote on who you think is going to win the game. We are going to take that poll off after the first drive for DC. But yeah. Overall, let me look at this. I want to see exactly what the stats are so far after that drive. Oh, yikes. Okay, that's not what I thought it was, but yeah, 4.2 yards. Obviously, the 2 long rushes help out a lot. So this might be the best number we get all day for them. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, they called 2 timeouts. Like, look, you can call 2 timeouts, and it's completely fine to use them on your opening drive. I take it back. It's never fine to use them on opening drive. But, like, I can get it if it's going to get you a touchdown. You know, maybe you can argue it's worth it. But for a field goal, you use 2 timeouts, especially the first one was way too early to use it. And, like, yes, you're up 3-0, but you basically used 2 timeouts for it. That's a pretty bad trade, all things considered. Definitely a rough one, especially once you get to that halftime area where you're within the 2-minute warning. It's going to make everything a lot harder for you and a lot easier for DC. DC can milk the clock out easier. They can get the ball back quicker, so just overall not great. Dude, I haven't seen one of these types of Cinnamon Toast Crunch ads in, like, forever. I mean, dude, you want to talk about cannibalism, bro? Cinnamon Toast Crunch, that's where it's at. Iconic commercials, bro. 4 notifications. 5 new posts. Yeah, top P. I'm seeing a lot of people already start talking about the 2 timeouts. 2 timeouts for a field goal? Like, okay. A bunch of randoms. Dobbs, is that? Who is that? Okay, not Josh Dobbs. The Pastronaut, bro. We love the Pastronaut. Dude, do you guys remember those, like, that 3-week span where Joshua Dobbs is, like, everybody was glazing him? Oh, my God. Pop-Tarts. Showing some DC stuff, getting back all ready for this. Again, Teamo, so far this season, he's looked better and better each week. Granted, he didn't look good at all in the first week, took a ton of sacks. Week 2 looked a little better, but still wasn't great. And last week, once again, mainly just handed the ball off. The way that DC played, they just dominated. He didn't really have to do much, but he didn't look insane when he did play. So we'll see how it ends up happening this week. Again, you have Yasir Durant back for a second week on the field, so that should help out that pass protection. Again, that's the biggest issue with week 1 was that St. Louis was able to get like 7 total sacks in DC. That was before they had Durant back, so we'll see how it happens this time. Kick is up. It is going to be in the backfield. It is going to be recovered about the 5-yard line, up to the 10, the 15, the 20, cuts inside the 25, and it's taken down at about the 28-yard line. See, this is what I mean. Like, last night, Columbus was literally getting kickoff after kickoff and forcing Dallas to start at, like, the 10-yard line, the 15. It was crazy. Man, why they gotta show this, bro? I haven't seen the Panthers on my TV since the season ended, and they're showing this, bro. God. Stop, bro. Showing them getting torched by Teama. That's terrible, bro. Come on. Why you gotta do my team like that? Let's see what the Ole Miss guy can do here. In shotgun, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Motioning 1 from the left to the right. Camera guy's getting off the field. Ball is snapped. They fake the handoff, and Teama rushes, and he ends up getting about 3 yards on the carry. So 2nd and down for the defenders, about 2nd and 7. Yeah, that's the most telling stat line. Really, the bottom 2 are. If you're not seeing this, if you're just watching the stream, 17-4 TD to interception last year, 2-4 this year. 7 sacks taken all of last year, 10 this year, which is pretty crazy. 2nd and 6, decent spot they gave him. In shotgun, 2 receivers on both sides of the ball. Running back is to his left, ball snapped. Throws the check down to Jackson, who gets taken down. Great play. I believe that was Jordan Williams with a great tackle. It's going to be about a 4-yard loss. Going to be right back to 3rd and 10. Showing the impact players. Pita definitely 100%. Yeah, it was Jordan Williams, dude. He has been great. He has really been a solid Willie Harvey replacement. They just need a Jacob Sales replacement, but hey, that's neither here nor there. 3rd down. Let's see if they can get a 3 and out. If St. Louis can get a 3 and out, it'll help them out a lot. Again, he took those 2 timeouts, which you hate to see. But if you can get a 3 and out here and get the ball back, hey, that'll be huge for you. In shotgun, 2 receivers on both sides of the ball. Teama gets the snap. Looks to the right, throws it. It's a wide open man for the 1st down. Goes out of bounds. I believe it's Cornell Powell. Out of bounds for about a 15-yard gain right there. Frost winning the MVP. Okay, we put in a real bold take right there, dude. 1st and 10 for the DC defenders. 7.5 minutes, halfway through the 1st quarter. Deion Jackson, 2-town, moves right. Once again, lining. Oh, they got 3 receivers to the left this time. 1 to the right, ball snapped. They hand it off. Jackson cuts inside, and he gets taken down for about a half-yard loss. Good play for the St. Louis defense right there. Got about 2nd and 11, 2nd and 10.5 for the DC defenders. I hope so, because I mean, especially the Panthers. The Panthers were universally viewed by a lot of people as one of like the 3 best overall uniforms in the league to a lot of people. So I do hope that when they do come back, that they end up doing them justice. Because man, it'd be rough if they get downgraded. Those are some good unis. 2nd and 11. Ball is snapped. They fake the little pitch, and Teama runs, and he only gets about a yard. So overall, they gain about half a yard in the first 2 plays of that. So it's gonna be 3rd and maybe they call it 9. Yeah, MVP race right now, Jack Plummer, I guess, is technically leading it, though I wouldn't vote for him right now, but he's technically leading right now. Austin Reed and Tyler Vaughn still are having incredible years. Just yesterday was a bit rough. Again, it's still earlier in the season, so we'll see, but, we'll definitely know best. 3rd and 10. In shotgun. Audibling right now. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And there's going to be a timeout called. Again, another timeout. That's a timeout for DC. You hate to see this, man, using another timeout. That's 3 timeouts used in the first 10 minutes of the game, which is crazy. Dude, some of those Breakers teams were so good. Dude, that 2023 Breakers team was such a good team. They just ran into a buzzsaw. I do believe that was the 2nd best team in spring football that year. That team was just so good. They just ran into the buzzsaw that was that Alex Magoo Stallions team. I mean, damn, man. MBT, he was going off at West Hills, had an unbelievable year. That great receiving core, great O-line. Defense was rock solid. That was a great team. DeFilippo did a great job with that one, upgrading that Fedora team for sure. 3rd and 10 for the DC defenders. Again, we have used 3 timeouts in the first 10 minutes of the game, which is crazy. St. Louis down to 1, DC down to 2. Let's see if DC can get the 1st down here. If you call a timeout and don't get the 1st down here, man, another waste of a timeout. Like it's Ron Argonauts. In shotgun. Ball is snapped. They fake the handoff. Teama looks to the middle field. Throws it to the left. Wide open again. Caught out of bounds. It's the 2nd time that on 3rd down, St. Louis just lets the 1st down area to the out of bounds just completely wide open. Some bad defense right there for him. It's really weird. I think part of it might have been the fact that he basically was transitioned to a wide receiver. So for about like 2 years, he was basically playing wide receiver for the Packers in their practice squad. So he might not have been getting the same reps, getting that same mentality being on. And then when he came back, the mix of it being a couple years, the talent, and the fact that he was, being a wide receiver for a bit might have hurt. Overall, it's definitely rough to see. 1st and 10, ball is snapped. They hand it off. Cuts inside, and he loses about 2 yards in the carry. Great play by St. Louis defense right there. I think the Breakers beat him once, if I remember correctly. Like 6 sacks. Just think how the Panthers uniform would look, how many look on a Noble, Micropulse trade. It should be great. I don't remember hearing the Panthers making a lot of coaching moves. I don't think they really needed to. They need to make moves on the actual like defensive side of the ball. Like their offense obviously needs work, but they're not going to draft a quarterback than they should. Well, not in this draft, but you know what I mean. But their defense needs some upgrades. Their defense, talent-wise, is so weak. You got like J.C. Horn, Derek Brown, and like 2 other guys. Ball snap. Talma looks to the right. Throws to the wide open man once again. Goes out of bounds for about a 7-yard gain. Going to be about 3rd and 5. Like Carolina can just upgrade some of that defense. You give Evero an actual good unit, not just like 3 good players. Damn, this team could be something. Get him a tight end finally and stop running back the same like 3 tight ends for the last like seemingly decade. Like damn, ever since Greg Olsen left, it's like Ian Thomas, what's his face? Like come on, man. 3rd and 6 for the defenders. 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the left. Ball is snapped. He's getting pressured. He evades the sack. He's going to run for it. He's got some room. He gets the 1st down and then some. Up to the 20. Down to the 15-yard line. Great play by Jordan Ta'amu. Was able to evade the sack. That's the one thing he couldn't do in week 1. He was able to evade that sack. Keep going. Great play by Ta'amu. 1st down DC there at the 15-yard line. Look at that. Such a great move. He just cut him. Oh, it was beautiful. And he evaded that 2nd tackle. Evaded the ankle tackle. A couple great plays by Ta'amu right there. 1st and 10. 22-yard rush officially. Ball is snapped. It's a handoff. Abram Smith gets it, and he only gets about a yard, maybe half a yard. As I understand injury was a big part of it, but Abram Smith's another one of those guys. He lot like him and Alex Magoo and Mark Thompson really fit that same bill of like, man, they have not been what we expected them to be. Like I said, Abram Smith does have the injury. He had a bad injury, which is a big reason for it. But those 3 guys, man, like we expected so much more out of them, and it was like, Abram Smith has been a bit better this year, but we'll see. 2nd and 9 for the DC defenders. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, 5 wide once again. Ball is snapped. Looks to the left side of the field. Throws it deep for the end zone. It is a touchdown, DC. They are up 6-3. Kiki Cootie with the touchdown. Great throw by Ta'amu. DC has the lead, 6-3. 14-yard touchdown officially. That Breakers team, both those years, was so good. They were clearly, like, they were the 3rd best team. The Generals were the 2nd. The Generals, I still think, were probably the overall best team. Just injuries caught them. Like, the more I look back in hindsight to that USFL, I do believe that if there's not the injury issues to the quarterback room, I think New Jersey probably wins the championship that year. That was just such a dynamic offense with that big 4 of the 2 quarterbacks, 2 receivers, 2 running backs, and then plus Kavontae Turpin. But the Breakers were insanely good that year, and then 2023 they were even better. WVR with that. I hope they don't change the uniforms very much. I think you did a perfect job of updating Panthers unities. Kick is up. It is good. It is 7-3 DC over St. Louis. Case Cook, that was a great quarterback back then. Yeah, that was I do agree. He was a bit... The one thing with him, though, is it's like 2022, he was so good. And then 23 already had a bit of a worse year. Yes, the O-line was worse for Bart Andrus and that team. But that was part of it, was the fact that he already was going a little bit down. The injury... Clearly what happened is the injury back in the championship game really hurt him. Like, it clearly was that leg injury did something overall to his mobility. He could still run, but he didn't have that same sort of, like, step that he had in 2022. But I do agree. He's definitely another one that fits that group of guys. You do the Generals. Oh, man, they could have some fire uniforms. Can't remember why they let him go. We're going to have to humble St. Louis. Bill O'Brien, dude. Bill O'Brien, man, one of... Dude, if he just didn't do that stupid-ass fake punt... Like, you gotta understand, before the fake punt, Bill O'Brien was a genuinely good coach, just a god-awful GM. But once he did that fake punt, it's like everything fell apart. Because it's like, dude, that was such a stupid play, and that's what really cost him his job overall. Because, like, they could have just... Like, the fact that he was the actual GM in that team is hilarious. Like, Bill O'Brien, are we being dead-ass? Like, come on, man, but... never forget DeAndre Hopkins for David Johnson. Never forget, bro. What a trade. One of the trades of all time. Like, seriously, that was something else. That really was something else. That was a crazy one. Let's go over here. Traded Prime Day for Wash Davis Johnson and a bag of chips. Dude, I don't even know for sure if he got a bag of chips with that one. That was rough. That was a rough trade. Senior day, bro. Who cares? Okay. I had a Val crash out that day. Yeah, I mean, he was on. I mean, hey, David Johnson, bro. He had that one great year, dude. Come on, man. David Johnson, he was so good that one year. D-Hop may have been like, your second best receiver all time, but who cares? David Johnson. Come on, man. He was great in fantasy that one year. Remember that one year in fantasy he carried everybody to the title game? Oh my god. That ended his production. He was something else. Yeah, David Johnson one good year. Hey, he turned 1 year into getting traded for DeAndre Hopkins and becoming one of the most hated guys in Houston. So, take that what you will. That was something else. Man, they're really trying to make me watch the NBA playoffs. Like, if there's no hockey game on or the hockey game's like 5-0, I'll put you on. But, like, respectfully, bro, Stanley Cup time. That was a stupid play. Plus, our current wasn't making effort until Bob was making some stupid moves in GM. You had a great defense. Then you didn't. Now you do again, but now you got Coleridge, man, the offense. Hey, he had that great year, man. That's about it. What's up, St. Brown? Hey, one great year is still one great year, Better than not having a great year at all. I mean, you could be current day Keon Coleman, where it's, ooh. Dude, Alvin Kamara was so good for so long. Like, it's crazy. I mean, he was great for so long. The fact that he never was a 1,000-yard rusher is hilarious, but he was great. I don't play playoffs, but I'd rather watch UFL and LA, Mexico. Hey, my NHL playoffs starting. Hurricanes are in the playoffs. Even if the Hornets did make it, man, like, if hockey's on, got playoff hockey, man. Got UFL going on, got golf going on, Premier League race going on, Champions League going on. Granted, that's not on the weekend, so it doesn't count the same way, but still. Hurricanes going to be on right after this, dude. Right after this, going to be putting the Canes game on. Going to be keeping up with the UFL game on the side. So we'll see how that goes. Purely from purely UFL wise, it still is the Stallions. They're the only team that made the playoffs 2 years and won a championship. Like, purely UFL wise, just judging the first 2 years, it still is the Stallions. Kickoff is up for DC. St. Louis is going to get the ball initially at about the 3-yard line up to the 10. The 15 to 20 gets taken down to about the 27-yard line. So, like, purely from the UFL, it is still the Stallions. This year could obviously change. If DC makes it to the title game, they overtake Birmingham. Purely speaking, UFL, obviously if you do all of it, it's Birmingham by a decent margin still. That's pretty much what it is. I mean, I know it's Dallas, but you do got the Stars that are somewhat close. I know somewhat close is still a few hours away. But you do have the Dallas Stars, who are a great team. In shotgun, ball is snapped. They hand the ball off, cuts the left, gets to the 30, gets out of bounds at about the 31, 32-yard line. The 5 T's. Oh my God, that Vikings game. I think you're talking about the one he had like 6 against the Vikings. That was crazy. Notre Dame fan, Tar Heels fan. Oh no, Bill Belichick, bro. Yeah, I mean, my bandwagon team has always been the Lightning, and then my main team is obviously the Hurricanes. That's, going to my first playoff game this year to the Hurricanes. I just haven't been able to the last couple of years. Finally doing that, so it's going to be great. 2nd and 5 for the Battlehawks. In shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ball snapped. Throwing it deep over the middle. It is incomplete. Got a Svetch card in the mail. I already got a decent amount of Svetch cards, but I was like, man, I'm going to get one more. Just, commemoration of making the playoffs. Because his veteran patch audit, like, dude, I know Upper Deck gets a lot of shit, but Upper Deck veteran content is the best in all sports, even better than baseball. Veterans get so many good cards. Got a nice 2-color patch auto coming on card out of like 99. Paid literally less than $30 for it. For a guy that's 70 points, dude, if that was the NBA or NFL, damn, that card would be like 100 plus. So I'll gladly take it. Got to get a cup RPA soon though, but it's a lot of money for that. Ball is snapped. Throws it over the middle, and it's incomplete. There was some hand fighting going on between both those guys right there, between Pearson and the DB. Into the end, it's an incomplete pass. 4th and 5. C.J. Johnson. Oh God, no. But still, I do agree. Dude. Bryce Perkins, man, it'd be great. Short, but still great. Maybe got one high school game. Avalanche win the cup. I've got. Okay, it's been a day. I can do this. I've got them getting bounced in the second round. I have a feeling that whoever wins the Stars Wild series makes it out of the West. To me, the way I view it, though, is those two teams, Colorado and Vegas, have a shot at making it out of the West. I don't think this is Edmonton's year. The last 2 years were their shots. They've blown their opportunity. Return is up, gets to about the 15 or the 20, and down to about the 20-yard line. I would not be shocked whatsoever if Colorado does win it, but I've got them getting bounced by the Stars or the Wild, whoever wins that series. Let me take it back. If the Wild win that series, I think the Wild beat them. If the Stars win that series, I think the Avalanche beat the Stars. That's basically how I view it. So, borderline rock, paper, scissors matchup, that's how I view it. I think that if Minnesota comes against Colorado, a lot of certainties about, like, you know, if you're... Oh, dude, Florida! Oh, they fell off a cliff, bro. They fell off a cliff. I remember looking at the standings, and I was like, damn, like, they literally finished as, like, the worst or the second worst team in the division. I don't know how that happened. They fell off a cliff, man. Like, that team was too deep to blame it in injuries. Crazy. But, hey, Tampa Bay's seemingly back. Right, as soon as one Florida team goes away, the other one's back. For those that don't follow hockey, Florida, as in Tampa Bay and Florida, have made the last 6 straight Stanley Cup finals. The Florida domination of the sport has been crazy, bro. Like, Canada as the hockey capital, it's not even the U.S., it's Florida, apparently, which is crazy. 1st and 10 for the DC defenders at the 20-yard line. Ball is snapped. They hand it off. Deion Jackson cuts inside, gets 5 yards, gets 10, gets about 15 yards on the carry. Sup, G, man? Nice to have you here. The Todd Haley image for the community members that have it is so much better now after what happened, bro. Him twerking in the locker room after the win. Oh, my God. Bruh, that'd be so bad. Skip Holster, oh, my God. Honestly, it looked better. Like, that Historic Crew Stadium is a damn good stadium for the league, for sure. If they can just if they can get back to 9K and average out the rest of the year, I think that's an overall big success for them. Yeah, losing Elgersman to the CFL does also hurt as a bit of a, other thing. And the NHL, the Saber Cats man with all he needs sloth. Oh my gosh. 2nd and 10, ball snapped. Throws it to the right. He is cut for the first down. Tatum's having his best game so far right now, up to about the 49-yard line for DC. One more play before the end of the quarter. Dude, Svetch, though, had 70 points this year. Best season overall, man. Just a shame there's no Cup RPA up for auctions. The only ones that are up for, like, way too much money. So, like, ain't gonna happen, but, it is what it is. 1st and 10. Ball is snapped. They hand it off, cuts inside, only gets about half a yard. Yeah, I know that's something that definitely is a big talking point is the regional broadcast games, because when they do add more teams, it's going to be much more common. It's a lot harder to schedule, because a lot of the reason they're doing scheduling that they're doing this time is because of the fact they're in MLS stadiums. Again, the double-edged sword of MLS stadiums. The bad end of MLS stadiums is you are sharing a team with somebody else that has priority over you, meaning that their games take priority, so you have less overall chances on when you can play games. So you are going to have a lot more regional games. Like, let's say the league does make it to where they eventually get their 12 teams. You're probably going to end up having at least, and I mean at least 2 regional games every single week. Upwards, I wouldn't even be shocked if 4, which is the one downside. That's a wait and see, though. And actually, we're talking a few years in advance, but still. Let's see. MEC should be... Dude, bringing back MEC would be such a vibe. I just hate to say it, but I doubt it happens, but it would be such a big vibe if that does happen. That's what I would say. And we do have something like that. I mean, I think you're talking about the Shrine. The Shrine is supposed to be getting done very, very soon. If I'm not mistaken. Like, the Shrine is, I think it's pretty much like getting close to being done or something like that, or it's just going well. That's the one that you're going to end up having. So, yes, it is looking pretty good for them. Because the UFL, I mean, the UFL, the USL did actually talk to them about getting it done as well, which is a big part of that. So, we'll see, though. Go over here. Has Chris done such a great job during the 2030 USL season? Yeah, that was, dude. And they had an actual halftime show as well. That was another thing that was really great about it. You actually did have a halftime show, which is great. But we'll have to see overall what ends up happening. Let's do this. Ow. The top 7. Got that going, okay. Ricky Pro. Yeah, pretty crazy to see him being the coach still, honestly. OKC Twisters Tornadoes. Dude, why don't they just... He just didn't name the Lightning, bro. You got the Thunder. Why not call him the Lightning, dude? It'd be funny. The OKC Lightning? Come on. It'd be great. I mean, that'd be hilarious. The OKC Lightning. 2nd and 9 for the DC Defenders. Yeah, they're interviewing Ricky Prohl right now, talking to him. Again, gotta love ESPN. They love this, bro. The voltage. Second and 9 for the DC Defenders. Ball snap. First play of the second quarter. Talon getting pressure. He evades the sack again. Spins out, and he's going to throw it away. And it's out. Good play right there. Could have easily lost some yards. Even taking a fumble there. Great play by him, all things considered. Throw replacements. Didn't do a great job. Well, I don't think I've actually seen that movie. The Boomer Cowboys. Oh, my God. The greatest show on turf. Hey, don't forget about his time with Carolina Panthers. He had that clutch touchdown for us. Didn't matter because we ended up losing, but he was still great for us. It's 3rd and 9 for the DC Defenders. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Ball snapped. And he evades another sack, and he ends up losing about a yard. Again, could have lost more, but still did lose a yard overall. Is what it is. They're going to punt the ball after that stop by St. Louis. Let's see what they can do on this drive. Deep punt. It is going to be recovered initially at about the 6-yard line, looks like. Ooh, bounces. And it goes to the end zone. So a bit of a bad break for them right there. Showing the beer steak starting to grow. Dude, I'm pretty sure I can see the defending football show still there. I think I can see him there. I gotta DM him. I remember the Titans myself, but Vanessa Hudgens was a great comedy football movie. Dude, that'd be hilarious if they did that. That would be so funny. Could you imagine, bro? Oh my god. First and 10 for the St. Louis Battlehawks. Ball snapped. A quick throw to the left. It is caught by Hakeem Butler. And he gets 5 yards, 10 yards, 15. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20. The Hakeem Butler merchant strikes again. Harrison Frost gets an insane touchdown for Hakeem Butler. The Hakeem Butler merchant strikes again. 75-yard receiving touchdown for the Battlehawks. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, that's insane. He just took a super check down all the way down. Oh my god. That's crazy. That damn Hakeem Butler merchant Harrison Frost. 75 yards. Oh my gosh. Crazy, dude. Ain't no way. I don't know about Frost. Kick is no good. 9-7. Right now, he ain't even close to MVP. That MVP is going to Mr. Hakeem the Dream Butler. That's what it looks like. Just crazy, man. Look at that. Threw it about 3 yards in front of him, and he goes for a touchdown. Oh, my God. Insane. Peter Porkchop to just get the ball to Hakeem here could. And Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant! Damn it. Camera. Come on, bro. Why you gotta do this to me? Camera. You little... Dude, I love this camera. I love when it does this, bro. I love when it just makes me disappear. Yeah, I do agree. He definitely he deserves ones. This stupid camera, bro. Ain't no way. I know how to fix this. I know what to do to this camera. God, I hate this thing. Let's see. 13 minutes left after the touchdown in the first half. Crazy touchdown by Hakeem Butler. Dude, he really is. That's such an insane play that he just had. He definitely is looking like that. I mean, man, that is something else right there. That's for sure. Ball is snapped. Talma throws it over the middle. It is caught for the first down and gets about another 5 yards. It's going to be at the 45-yard line after the penalty on the kickoff. I want to keep in Houston. No offensive line, dude. Houston, oh no. Ball is snapped. Talma throws deep to the right. It is out of bounds. Ball is snapped. Talma looks to the middle of the field. Throws it to the right. It is caught. They're at the 4-point field goal. Past it now. And he's going to be down about the 39-yard line. Prokos, oh my god. Yeah, if you have one thing that let happen. That's wild. Yeah, it is something else, I will say, with this team. That's all I can say. But yeah, I see what you mean. He would definitely be pretty pissed at if that's what just happened. Yeah. Ball is snapped. Teamo looks to the right side of the field, throws it. It is caught at about, ooh, incomplete actually. They should kick this here. I know it's not exactly what you wanted, but you still should kick it here. But let's see if they end up doing it. I think that the right call is to kick it. Fourth and 3. Okay, come on, TV. Or I say TV like it's not ESPN's fault, but you know what I mean. Let's see if he can make this 56-yard attempt. Be another insanely long kick from McCrane. It is up. It's looking beautiful. It is good. Beautiful kick right there. So they are once again up. It is 10-9. Crazy right there. Beautiful kick, dude. Matt McCrane is definitely getting a shot sometime. That's for sure. Without a doubt, he is getting a legit shot. With how good he's been, like, come on, man. He's just been so good this season. Like, I know he has, like, 1 or 2 misses overall, but he's just been unbelievable. Definitely one of those where it's, like, no question about it. He's definitely going to get it. But we'll see. I had an argument with someone on Instagram about them saying attendance last night was bad. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to say, like, that number last night for Columbus was bad, like, at that point, like, it's like, what are we doing? Like, are we just having a laugh? Like, come on. Like, no. It definitely was not bad whatsoever. But, you know, if you want to be like that, and, you know, be like that. But it was definitely not bad at all. Just out some rolls, true. Mm. But we'll see. Let's see. Not seeing anything else going up right now. What the heck? I did not even click on something and something just popped up. Okay. We're just joking, bro, at this point. Come on, man. This is just... I still can't believe this Hakeem Butler merchant, bro. This dude is something else. Like, the fact that he got that touchdown off, that is insane, but... I will say to the kickers, we're probably going to have... My guess, off topic, is probably going to have 2 kickers make rosters for the NFL this year, I would say. I've got that feeling it's probably going to be around 2 of them. A mix of the fact that we now have had, you know, like 4 kickers being legitimately great as well as the other ones. It's probably going to be about 4, but we'll see for sure. It was a 54, 56-yarder officially for them. And that play, yeah, insane yak for sure. Yeah, I need more sponsors for the league. I mean, Orlando got a lot too. Orlando has gotten a lot. I don't know if everybody's talking about it, but Orlando definitely did get a decent amount of them, so you got to give them credit for it. But they had a lot. I want June Jones back. Playing in a big stadium, we'll have to see. For that, that's definitely something that feels like it's going to be in a future, but maybe. You know, never know, but feels like a bit of a maybe for me. Ball is snapped. They end up getting about 2 yards on the carry for DC, or for St. Louis. St. Louis, again, they had those couple really good plays initially on the ground, but then since then it's been just kind of rough overall, which you definitely hate to see, but, you know, it is what it is for them. Let's see, 2nd and 8 for the Battlehawks in shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Ball snap. Looks to the left side of the field. Throws it deep to the left. It is caught at the 50 and goes out of bounds at about the 47-yard line, but there is a flag on the play. The Cavs game, yeah, I forgot that game started a little bit ago. It looks like it might be like an all-time low number, sadly, for DC, but which is a shame, but at least that's what it looks like. Lakers win the chip. Oh, we are bullshitting, bro. I've got them. I do think they're going to beat Houston. I will say that. I do think they'd pull off the win against Houston. I know a lot of people are saying they're going to get crushed by Houston and all that. I don't think that's the case. But that's a bit of a stretch saying that they're going to win the chip with all the injuries they got. I don't know about that one. Like, I don't see that one happen, but you never know. You never know. 2nd and 18 for the Battlehawks. Ball is snapped. Throws to the left. It is incomplete. Bounce to the defenders, but incomplete overall. I think Bruce 2.0. Bronny. Oh, no. We're not Bronny James. Oh, God. 3rd and 18, under 10 minutes left in the first half. In shotgun. Ball is snapped. Getting pressured. Rolls out to his right. Throws it away. Incomplete pass. And it's going to be 4th down. They're going to have to punt the ball here. Definitely not what you want to see if you're a fan of them right now, but yeah, a bit of a rough play for him. So the penalty definitely hurt a lot. He had a great play, ended up taking a lot of yards lost on it, and now DC getting the ball back. DC, they could have had more points, but they haven't, so we'll see what happens in this drive. Bronny will, dude. Hey, Bronny has not been terrible this year. He's not been like great by any stretch of the word, but he has not been terrible this year. So like, let's not hate too much on good old Bronny James. You know what I mean? We're going to need 25 JT to show up today. Ask her a bit there. Let's see what happens here. 9 minutes left for DC to do something here on this half. I'm at work, but I'm not gonna miss the stream. Just pop in. Sup, T-Dog. Go Seahawks. It's looking okay so far. Not great, not terrible for the Seahawks right now. It's just looking okay. The Ravens, but it took me a while to figure out the new Rams uniforms. The Rams. The Whams. Something else, bro. Sam Audrey, Tom Loganville. Still waiting for the next play to actually happen. Seemingly typical fashion. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good day, Zomb. Yeah, I just had to get up early, but overall pretty good so far. A little more than the current ones. I'm still. I know we've talked about it already. But I'm just not the biggest fan of all these teams changing uniforms so often, but it is what it is. You know, can't be too mad about it. If It do be like that sometimes. Saying that it hit the wire. Bro, hit the wire? No, it's a figment of your imagination. Dude, the NFL taught me that that's a figment of your imagination. There is no wire. The wire does not exist. It is a manifestation of your mentality. It doesn't exist. That's what the NFL told me. And if the NFL told me that, I gotta believe it. Yeah. God, it's so fucking stupid. Apologies for cursing like that. That was so stupid. They really screwed Will Reichert over with that. Tiamu holds onto the ball, runs, and he gets about a yard in the carry. That specific game on Thursday night, I'm not the biggest fan of. I think that it works if you have an idea for it, but not for like that where you're just kind of throwing it on to throw it on there. Conspiracy arc. Well, if DC, St. Louis, Birmingham, Houston, Dallas get a third uniform like throwbacks. I mean, hey, Birmingham already kind of has a third uniform, but we'll see. They could do some throwbacks, dude. Like an OG Gamblers uniform, or they could even do a Roughnecks uniform just to make it even more confusing. Dallas had some banger uniforms in like 2020. They could do that. Ball is snapped. Tiamu's going to try and run for it. He gets to the 40. Oh, he actually slides a bit early. He slides about the 42-yard line. So it's third down for him. And limit is not 200. Dude, respectfully, even if you're a football fan, dude, hockey jerseys are so much better. And they're they're still $170. They're the same price they were like before the pandemic at $170. So like at that point, like dude, if it's $150, bro, just spend $20 more, get a hockey jersey. Come on. Get a jersey of your team and just put the name on it, something like that. Ball is snapped. Tiamu looks to the middle of the field. He throws it, and it is caught. Oh, beautiful pass up to the 40-yard line. Insane. He threw it right between two guys. Just a perfect throw right there. Snake is looking pretty good. The overall section is still looking mid as hell, but it is looking pretty good in that regard, so you do have that going for you. First and 10 for the DC defenders. Two receivers to the right. Two to the left. Again, this is the best Tiamu's looked all season so far. Ball is snapped. They hand it off. And it's maybe a half-yard gain for progress. There's something else. Oh, the beer snakes, bro. There are a couple ones that are nice for sure. Second and 10 for DC. In shotgun. Two receivers to the right, two to the left. Ball is snapped. They hand it off, cuts inside, and he breaks one tackle, but he only ends up getting about 1 yard overall. Baldwin instead of a throwback. I think throwbacks look better. Yeah, even the USFL teams, they still could do throwbacks and have it work, and I do think that you could still do it for UF or for XFL teams. You can't really do it for like the Storm and all that. Like I guess you could if you want to really piss off some fan bases, but I think you still could. Like in the Renegades jerseys were a lot different back in 2020. You could easily do them. Battlehawks were also different. You know, so like you could definitely do that. DC was still pretty similar, but yeah. Ball is snapped. Tiamu looks to the middle of the field. Throws to the left. It is going to be caught for the first down, out of bounds about the 29-yard line. Maybe give him the 28-yard line. About 5.5 minutes left. I do think that there is a bit what you're saying. I think they are definitely hitting a bit hard today. A couple plays that I thought were maybe we're getting flags that haven't. The Memphis Maniacs and the Orlando Rage. I mean, hey, for the teams that are in the same city, you could do that. Like, you could do Orlando Rage if you have the trademarks for them. I don't remember exactly how the trademark stuff works with those ones, but you would assume they have them, and I'm pretty sure they do, but I don't know, like, 100% sure. Ball is snapped. They hand it off. They fake it, throw it. Ooh, he caught that. There's a flag. At the moment, it looks like about an 8-yard gain, but there is a flag. We're going to see what this flag is. Let's see. Trying to wait for it. Dude, defending football show, DM me, bro. 8 new posts. Not seeing anything. PK Subban, of course, bro, picks the Habs to win. Oh my god, bro's in so much copium, it's insane. Against Edmonton, oh, the copium is on auto. Okay, bro, PK, this is why not many people respect you in the hockey fandom if you're going to pull shit like that. The Canadians, The Senators. Oh, no, PK. It looks like they're going to call roughing the passer on this. They're still talking, but it looks like it's going to be roughing the passer. Holding gets declined. And this is defensive holding. Roughing the passer. So it's time to play. Is this roughing the passer? Let's see. So far, the UFL's done a decent job at it, but not perfect. So they got the call wrong. I do not give, I've always said, I do not give a singular F about body weight. You're tackling the guy. You don't do this for anyone else. This is not roughing the passer. Bad call. First and goal for the DC defenders now. My favorite game. Really challenge the Renegades are always great. Dude, I have no idea. Probably The Rock. Ball is snapped. Looks to the middle field, rolling out to his right. He's going to throw it to the corner of the end zone. Out of bounds. Out of bounds. See, The Rock, he viewed it as an R, meaning R standing for rock. Okay, I'm joking. But yeah, probably Mr. Dwayne himself was like, oh, this is fire, when it's like, dude, no, it's not. Another penalty on the defense, holding on the defense. Another first down for DC. DC should get a touchdown here. With this many penalties going their way, they better get a touchdown here. They talking to Mr. DeLillo on the sideline right now. And it is time for everybody's favorite ESPN broadcast. The game being put in only 2/3 of the screen. Let's see what happens here. It is first and goal at the 4-yard line, technically the 4.5-yard line. DC's got two guys in the backfield with Teamu. They hand it off to Abram Smith, who gets tackled quickly. Still gains about a yard after falling forward, but overall good play by St. Louis' defense right there. Oh, in 2017 again. Second and goal now for DC. Again, at about the 4-yard line, almost exactly. 4 minutes left in the half. So St. Louis should have time, well, they will have time to do something on their own end. And they desperately need something, especially because DC does get the ball at half. So if St. Louis does not score, this could be very bad for them, but we'll see. For the background while you work, hey, you know, hey, you got to get that bag, G-Man. You got to get that bag. But it's nice having you here, being able to comment once in a while being there. It's great to see. I mean, hey, it is. Mike Rapoli said that they have already guaranteed that it's going to be a 15K attendance number. Obviously, we're talking about announced, but it's already gotten 15K tickets sold. So there is the possibility that they break the all-time record for that stadium or for that team, which is, I don't remember if it's 17-5 or 18-5 for that game one USFL, but it is going to be a great crowd today. Pro Bowl's, oh yeah, the Pro Bowl is so bad. Gotta get that bag. Yeah, the MLB All-Star Game is literally the best one. Like, the Four Nations is great. I will say the Four Nations is also great for hockey, but pure All-Star Game, the MLB is the only one that works because they actually try, because it's baseball. And so, like, I'm not trying to say that in a derogatory term, but they actually care about it and play about it, so it's definitely the best overall. It's such a vibe, the All-Star Game for baseball, bro. It's such a vibe. Second and goal for the DC defenders. 3 receivers to the right. Yeah, the Pro Bowl is so bad. Bro, the Pro Bowl games are so much more entertaining. Ball is snapped. Look to the middle of the field. Throws it to the left. It is caught for the... Ooh, incomplete. Some great play. Briley Moore is looking for a flag. No flag right now. He had a great game last week, but currently not getting a flag. Still looking for it, but he's not getting it. One, two, ooh... It looks like they just did it. Yes, they did change their home uniforms. It got leaked yesterday. They do have the maroon jerseys, and I believe it's gold lettering, so they did change their jerseys, which is what most people were happy for. But yes, they did officially change them. Ball is snapped. Tayama looks to the left side of the field, looks to the right side of the field, throws it over the middle. It is caught for the touchdown to Ty Scott. Touchdown, DC Defenders. They're up 16-9 with 3 minutes left in the half. They are going to be going for a 1-point conversion here. The crowd getting pretty excited right there with that touchdown. Yeah, the DC emoji. Gotta love it. Just a great touchdown for them right there. Again, it's looking good for them. Remember, they get the ball at half, so St. Louis needs to score on this upcoming drive. They need to, because if DC gets the ball at half, so we'll see what happens. Yes, Birmingham changed unis. Yeah, I know everybody's definitely happy about that one. The tan was not doing for anyone. Oh, you don't like the super weird tan gold ones? And the gold ones? Oh, no. Jared Allen. Oh, no. I gotta click on this. So, am I about to click on Jared Allen? I'm about to see a bunch of the lights are still too bright posts. Wow, I'm not. Wow, okay, I'm shocked. I was expecting this to be a classic, like, he's trending for the wrong reason. It's gonna be, like, dude, perhaps the greatest sports meme ever. The lights were brighter than expected. That's such... Oh, man, that's still crazy that he actually did that. That he actually pulled that off. Oh, my God, saying that's crazy. Such an iconic one. That's iconic, bro. The lights were brighter than expected. Viva Beer Snake. Still in commercial break right now, but we will see what ends up happening here. I'm guessing St. Louis running game still... I mean, look, they've had a couple of good runs. Like, they've had a couple of very solid runs. But overall, it's definitely not looking great. Oh, my God. Oh, look at that. Look at that stat line. Oh, my God. Oh, and that 84 yards isn't even legit. It's so bad. Like, you're technically at 4 yards a carry, but this is because they had 2 long rushes. Like, they haven't run the ball enough. Like, they haven't been on the field long enough for me to be like, oh, the grounding game is actually doing good. Like, in all honesty, it's just a matter of the fact that they had 2 long rushes, boosted their average. Harrison Frost threw a 4-yard check down that Hakeem Butler took to the house. Harrison Frost literally is looking like a Hakeem Butler merchant. I am very glad that I said that last week, and I called that, saying that he is I was about to say a Hakeem Butler merchant, because damn, that's all he's doing. Pratt came in for a snap. He's good. I mean, I don't know why they do this, like keeping him in there. I'd take him out, but we'll see. The basketball all-star team sucks. Even though they try to do this changing thing, nobody takes it too seriously. They just score like 150 to 160 points. It's still mid. He's averaging 42 yards per completion. Okay. Oh my God. Frost started. Pratt came in for 1 snap, got a first down by running the ball. It's that's about it so far. Let's search this up. Another flag. Classic kickoffs being bad, bro. Gotta love it. Gotta love these bad kickoffs. The biggest issue, in all honesty, is the fact that you have this problem where if you're joining the quarterback room late, it ends up being a very bad thing for you overall because you're not there for a training camp. And that's the issue that happened to Michael Pratt. The fact that he wasn't here during that training camp period. It's like we saw with Talia, right? Talia looked really bad that first game. And even 2 days ago, still didn't look great. He just looked better. And again, a lot like Bryce Young, he looked a lot better because of how ass he was the first week. So it's like hard to say. By the way, first down play is about a 1 yard gain. So that's a bit of the issue. So if you're not there, it's a lot harder to be like, okay, let's put you in as the starter. And so that's kind of hurting him. But he's definitely, I do feel like he should be in. But yeah. I doubt it. Like I said before, rookie, I think that people who want the season to start the same time as the XFL did don't realize that's just going to cause more issues for the league. Because the bottom line is your worst weeks are the first 2 weeks of the season, then you eliminate getting out of that god-awful March Madness area. If you start earlier, you end up adding extra competition, and it's going to end up hurting the back half of your season even more. Passes caught out of bounds about the 7-yard line, or about set for a 2-yard gain. Because like right now, you're at that point where you're going to have playoff games going on all weekend, right? If you started the season a month earlier than it has now, instead of having it be like, middle of the season where you're going against this, you're going to end up having it be where near the end of the season is going against the early round of the playoffs, which you can't schedule against, right? That's the beauty of having the season end near the Stanley Cup Finals and NBA Finals, is you can schedule around that. You can't schedule around the first and second round of the playoffs. 3rd and 7, ball is snapped. Throws it deep to the left, and it's going to be incomplete. That's the one thing I'm not a fan of with Mike Rapoli, making it seem like they're going to start the season earlier. Because especially, there should not be a single game played in February. There just shouldn't be. But they might do it next year, which if they do, I think it's going to be a bad call. We'll see. I'm just not a fan of that idea. I think that when you really look at the benefits versus the negatives, it's far, far more negatives than it is positives. So I just wouldn't do it. Only positives you get, because even the whole positive about you're starting right after football, so football's still going on, even that is debatable because then you have the football fatigue thing, but it is what it is. I do think the USFL was right, though, that the 4th of July is the absolute latest you can have the season. I think that is the absolute latest, but we'll see. It is true, but you can also do the counterpoint where for this teams down south like Orlando, it's obviously going to be better for Orlando because you don't have to deal with the heat that you get, late spring. Same with the teams in Texas. So it's one of those where it's like a double-edged sword. Though, as I've always said, you can always put another layer of clothing on. At the end of the day, even if you show up nude, you still can't lose any more clothing, right? So you would rather be cold, like in a cold place than a warm place, because there's only so far down you can strip, but you can always put another layer of clothes on and get warmer. So like if a game is 20 degrees outside versus 100 degrees, bring me to the 20 degrees game, I'll just show up wearing 7 layers of clothes. We haven't lost it. Hey, I'm not capping. It's true. There's only so far down you can go. When it's hot, you're screwed. When it's cold, you can always put something else on. You get another blanket on. You can put another shirt on. You can put another jacket on. You can put a winter jacket on. You can put a blanket on. You can put anything on. But dude, this St. Louis team, they better score in this drive. The Harrison Frost merchant needs to, the Hakeem Butler needs to strike. Hey, this is talking about football. It's about showing up to the games. People want this February start time. And they talk about, it's going to be so cold, bro. Just put another layer of clothes on. Duty calls off to work. Hope you enjoy your day at work, WV. It was nice having you for a while during this one. For your sake, I hope the DC Defenders do get the W. Oh my god, man. Father's Day Pro Bowl would go hard. That guy could go hard, but man, the NFL ain't trying. The UFL players ain't gonna try either for this. Well, they might actually, but yeah. Look at them at the beer snake section. The beer snake section. Everyone's there. I'm pretty sure I remember Defending Football Show telling me he had season tickets or something, and I think I literally saw him in one of the things, wearing his trademark sunglasses. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's literally right him behind the U.S. flag. I'm pretty sure that is literally him, and that's his brother right next to him. I literally can see them. Will not be provided any context. Oh my god. 4th and 7. St. Louis, what are they going to do here? They're going to punt it? Okay. I mean, I get why you're punting it, but yikes. Dude, if DC scores again, oh, man. This is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. DC scores again. What did I predict the score? Please tell me I had DC winning by more than, like, 3 points. Okay, I did. I might get my first perfect game of this week. I'm 1 of 3 on both of them. It's looking like this could be a 3-for-3 banger. If DC scores again on this drive and then they score next drive, oh my god. Yeah, this could be. Never say never. It is still the first half, technically. But DC, it'll be a blowout if DC scores this drive and then the next drive. Like, if that happens, unless they're both field goals, then it's a bit different story. But if they score a touchdown and a field goal within this drive, the next drive, then yes, it's Jover. But we'll see. Kick is up. Recovered at about, bounces into the end zone for a touchback. My Kings are 1 and 3. Bro, the Hakeem Butler merchant. What do they actually do? Trending, I doubt it, but maybe. WrestleMania is already 8 and trending. God, bro, come on. Hakeem Butler, we got trending, boys. Hakeem Butler is 23 on trending. We are trending again, boys. This is the second time this season. Oh, we love to see this. Oh, I gotta tweet this out. And I just control V'd. Where are my emojis? Look at that. Number 23 on trending. Hakeem Butler, baby. We love to see that. The Hakeem Butler merchant. Harrison Frost. They run it up the middle for about 4-yard gain. King's going to bounce back. I mean, hey, they got a good one. They're going to keep good when they keep going. Dude, just untouched rivalry in general, because they touch, like, that's awful to say it out loud, but they touched the Houston rivalry. Because, like, dude, Houston-Birmingham was a W rivalry, and then they rebranded to the Roughnecks, and it's less they lost all that swagger against them, and now they got it back. I mean, dude, Houston, as the Gamblers, they have a winning record against Birmingham. They're 3-2 against them. That's crazy. They rush up the middle, and they get 2.5 yards on the carry. Yeah, Hakeem Butler, number 23 on trending right now. That's what we love to see, because the thing is with trending and why it matters so much is that if you are trending, it shows that people are watching the game as well as interacting with it. So definitely love to see that he's trending right now. Hakeem. Third and 4, they throw it outside and it's incomplete. He was looking for maybe a flag, but it's going to be a forced punt. So great forced punt. Again, what happened? St. Louis, they used their timeouts early. They couldn't use them here, so DC is going to be able to get this ball out. And overall, St. Louis is not going to have time to really do anything. Look at the play real quick. Yeah, I forgot about that challenge. It's such a bad challenge, dude. So, yeah, St. Louis, man, it's looking bad for them right now. Heaviest snake made in DC. I don't know when it officially was. It was probably sometime in 2024 or 2023, honestly. Returns up to the 25-yard line. When Harris Ross the QE. Let's see. Yeah, people liking this. Love to see this. Butler, New England inbound. Kept that score from... Dude, they haven't changed these score bugs at all, which I'm not against. I do not like when they change the score bug every single year for, like, no reason. Like, I kind of get it. You want to be able to quickly tell what year it was, but still. Passes thrown deep. It is incomplete to Ja'Cour Pearson, and there is going to be DPI on this. Remember, they changed the rule. DPI last year was the college rule, where it was a 15-yard max unless it was truly egregious. And now it is the NFL one, so it is exactly where it gets down. So St. Louis is going to get the ball in borderline field goal range for them. They could get a field goal here. Okay, bit of a break. They still get a penalty, but they're calling this a face mask. So this actually is a bit of a break for DC. It would have been much worse if it was DPI. So honestly, if you're DC, you hate taking a penalty at all, but you're definitely happy taking a face mask over a DPI. I hate ESPN scorebook so much. Love Foxes. Yeah, it's just such it's honestly W. That scorebook is solid. Might be a Butler merch. Might be, bro. Have one. He has like 3 completions for like 90 yards, and 80 of those are damn near Hakeem Butler running. That's crazy, bro. Bro, I didn't. Face mask might be a stretch. Or might be calling it. He literally tried to twist his head off. I mean, God, bro, come on, kid. 1st and 10. Oh, dang. No, they gave him a really big penalty. What'd they call that? Face mask is supposed to be 15 yards. Wow. Okay, it was DPI. Okay, so they did throw. They threw 2 flags. Yes, they did get DPI. And so they end up getting the ball at field goal range. In Springfield history. Oh, no. I don't know if you watch Mr. Jared Garantano or Mr. Anthony Brown or Mr. Everybody but Vad Lee on the 2022 Pittsburgh Maulers. Because, man, there have been some guys that were... They are reviewing this right now. It looks like they're going to be taking off one of the penalties right now. Okay, they're going to take the face mask off, so they're going to lose that 15-yard penalty. So instead of getting back-to-back plays for them, they're going to lose one of these penalties. But they're still going to get the DPI, but they're not getting the face mask as well, which they just had. He's QB because he fooled everybody last week by being a Hakeem Butler merchant. He knew how to throw it to Hakeem, and then they were like, oh, damn, this is our guy. And this week, he threw it to Hakeem, damn, this is our guy. And that's all he's doing. And honestly, because Michael Pratt wasn't here the whole offseason. Very similar to the El Gersma situation, where, like, if El Gersma didn't have visa issues, he would be the starter right now. If Michael Pratt was there throughout the entire offseason, he would be the starter right now. Vad Lee, bro. Vad Lee, man, he came back and beat that Gamblers team, and then you know what Mr. Pizzagate Kirby Wilson said? He said, you are terrible. He said, you got us a win, we don't do that here. And he benched his ass like a week later for no reason. He was so good. Like, come on. And wasn't he part of that 2022 Maulers team? Or was he on just in the 23 team? No, he used to... Oh, you're right. He was 2023, I think, because there's Josh Love, Lilletta... Oh, damn, you're right. I thought he was 2022. I forgot that was Lilletta, Morgan. No, it was a Lilletta, Josh Love, Vad Lee, Roland Rivers. Damn, he was 23. Oh, my God. I forgot. Dude, my mind literally forgot about James Morgan. I forgot he was 23. I forgot he's the one that got replaced by T-Will. 1st and 10 for the Battlehawks. Ball is snapped. They need about 3 yards to get in field goal range at least. They throw it deep to left. This is enough. Incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 now. Dude, my mind literally acted like James Morgan didn't exist. Like, I always just viewed that all the truly terrible ones were from 2022 outside of Vad Lee. I forgot that, you know, there's a reason why T-Will was not the starter. For some reason, it was him. Hakeem Butler's falling to 26. Come on, Frost. Be a Harrison. Be a Hakeem Butler merchant one more time. We got to keep this trending. He's getting pressured. He's rolling out to his left. He's looking for a deep shot. He's throwing the Hail Mary. And it's... Who caught that? Oh, my God. The Hakeem Butler merchant strikes again. Hakeem Butler gets the catch, but I don't think they're going to have enough time to do anything. So this is probably going to be... Oh my God, that's an insane throw. Hakeem Butler. He had 4 guys on him and he caught it. The Hakeem Butler merchant strikes again. And that's the play. Oh my god. Like, that's such an awful throw. Awful throw. That was an insane bailout. Offsides on DC, so St. Louis is going to get one more shot to do something here. Oh my god, dude. This Hakeem Butler merchant. Yeah, flag for offsides. So they're going to get a field goal here. They're going to make it 17-12. Oh my god. Got benched in New Jersey. Dude, this is... Oh my god. This... Goddamn. Dude, Harrison Frost, you are so ass. You're literally just throwing into Hakeem Butler every play. This dude is... Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, I can't. This is crazy. The only reminiscing I do realize that USL players I miss. Watching Gaither. Oh, classic, bro. Bailey Gaither was something else. Jace, Pat, Vinny, Dylan, MBT. Sometimes I miss Magoo. Bro, CJ Maribel's one I'm going to miss. Like, he was so underrated, dude. Prime Mark Thompson in 2023. Chris Odom in 2022. Cavante Turpin. Oh, man. But, man, dude, this Hakeem Butler, come on. So a kick. Let's see if they can make this after they just tried to ice him. So, yeah, he's going to be probably top 15 trending, I bet. 1st and 5, but they're going to be kicking the 26-yard field goal. Surely he makes this, right? Let's see. Kick is up. It is good. Oh, man, dude. This is Hakeem Butler merchant. Crazy, dude. Dude, the Marks cast apparently back complaining about the UFL. Dude, why am I not shocked? Just saw that being posted on my feed. Bro hates this league, apparently. It's so sad. UFL hate is so forced. He's genuinely a bum. Oh, man, that's diabolical. X that. Go over here. Hawks would move the ball without Butler. Dude, let's pull up the stats now. So, oh my god. 4 of 14 for 120 yards. 109 of them are Hakeem Butler, and that includes a 75-yarder where 70 of it was Yak. Like, you can't make this up. This dude, oh my god, dude, Harrison Frost. Dude, if Hakeem Butler wasn't on your team, oh my god. Actually insane. Just terrible, bro. It literally just a Max Jones. 100 passing yards. Yeah, 100 passing yards to, like, one dude. That's just, oh man. Just insane. It's crazy. Time to trade for Perez. Dude, you gotta trade for anybody. This Battlehawks team is so... Oh, my God. Hakeem Butler, man, that is such a terrible throw. He threw it to 4 guys, and Hakeem Butler just so happened to make the great catch. Like, oh, my God. Hey, Weedy with a $2 dono. Thank you. 20... Okay, I think that LSU team might get. I know we've talked about college football versus UFL. I think that 2019 LSU team probably does get the W. That team was so loaded. Like, do people forget how good Clyde Edwards-Helaire was that year? Like, dude, Joe Burr, that receiving core. Oh my God, that was such a good team. Thank you again for the $2 on, but I'd pick LSU in that one. I'd have to give it to that one. And supporting this league. Yeah, dude, the Mark Cast is something else, bro. He lost so much overall respect in this community. It's so crazy. Hmm. Yeah, that 2020 team. Oh man. Honestly, yeah, 2023 was probably a better team overall. Like 2022 had that insanely good record, but 2023 was probably a better team overall. Yeah. What did he do? He's just been hating on the UFL ever since the Dragons left. He's just been hating on the league. Like ever since they did the merger, he just hates on the league every single time he gets. Like right now, he just posted about like under the Mike Rapoli tweet about the Stallions going to the game and about they're doing. Mike, your league just distributed less than 5K tickets in Houston. You have about 20% capacity in the Beer Snake. Do you even know what that is? Zone in DC. Take the effing helmet off. You look like a moron. Like he's just. Oh my god. And then Lane tried to clown on him right there. West teams in the future. At some point, you would hope they do at some point, but we'll have to see. At some point, they should. I think they're probably going to do a couple of lower end teams. Like I think they're going to probably do one team in Portland or Denver, is my guess. But they might just go immediately to Seattle, which I wouldn't be against at all. But we'll have to wait and see about that. Let's see. Hakeem, number 14 on trending. We are at number 14 on trending now. That's great. We love to see that. Number 14 trending for Hakeem Butler. I gotta pull up this stat line. I gotta screenshot the stat line real quick. Gotta post this on Twitter. Um. Wow, I butchered that word so bad. This is so bad, dude. I'm like looking at this while I'm tweeting this out, and it's so bad. Like if you eliminate the two passes he has to Hakeem Butler, he's literally like 2 of 12 for 16 yards. Like that's insanely terrible, bro. That's so bad. It's like, come on. For Cam Gillis, 2 seconds or second place. Honestly, I wouldn't be super shocked. I just don't know for sure. I haven't been keeping up with the super DPOY race like as much as I'd need to be like, oh yeah, I know, but we'll see. Each tears are probably that cheering. Squeeze the keyboard. Yes, NBC, bro, they need to be back for sure. Definitely agree to that. The Wildcats. Oh. Sadly, I don't see that happening. I do not see them coming back, sadly. LA is not a market you really want to go to for a variety of reasons. Mainly the money is just insane, but, you never say never. Dude, Jason Garrett, man, was a W for sure. Let's see. Home, okay. But why not feed your best play? Dude, these stats are so crazy. Like, I'm just trying to look at these stats. It's just so bad. Let's see. Trending. We're still up to 14 or down to 15, but that's still up what you love to see. People actually watching this, which is what you want to see. I think this is the second time this season. I mean, Hakeem Butler, bro, it's like every year he's trending. He's always trending because he makes these insane catches. It's just like, man. Let's see. Plus, other person watch the Dodgers and the dude. There's so many teams that they. Oh my gosh, there's so many guys they can watch. But the uniforms are dope. I have heard a lot of people talk about the uniforms, though. You're not wrong about that. Bring up my second drink. Only I went through one drink in that first half. That's pretty good. Finally, not drinking like everything in sight. So I'll take that. Las Vegas Gamblers, dude. Bro, it would work for if you want to move the Houston Gamblers, bring them to Vegas, bro. Why not? The Las Vegas Gamblers for the UFL. Hey, well, we should be getting, as long as nothing bad ends up happening, should be getting up to 10 teams finally. First time we'll actually have more than 8 teams. Yeah, Wildcats definitely a good brand, just a matter of where do you put them. But yeah, they definitely have to move. But I do agree that you could definitely see that being a real thing if they do move the team at some point. Still 15, okay. Okay, I guess I'm going to look this up. I don't know why I haven't looked it up yet. Let's do NBA. Cavaliers are up by 5. Dude, like, this team is so mid. The Raptors, I'm talking about. The Cavaliers. James Harden got 12. James. Dude, Dennis Schroeder. Dude, I didn't even realize he was still going. Oh, man. What? You're not grouped together? What the heck? There we go. I needed to be grouped. UNLV Stadium. I do not know exactly what happened. The team itself is so milked. Hakeem Butler. It's crazy this game is close. The fact that this game is only 5 points is insane. It really is just because Hakeem Butler is just insane. Like, those 2 plays are literally the entire... He's literally scored almost the entire points of this team. It's crazy. Talking to Tom Luganville right now. True new post. I love Hakeem Butler. Okay. Cavs ball. Yeah, I was just looking up the score. So the half's about to start soon. Acho, bro. Sam Acho. The 2 Achos getting these jobs is crazy. But hey, it is what it is. Showing the total yards right now, 153 to 179. Literally, dude, 100 of those yards are Hakeem Butler. Oh my god. It's crazy, dude. Hakeem Butler's dominating so much. Honestly, we were talking about MVP. Damn, he's got a good argument for MVP. Like, there's a really good argument that he's MVP right now. Because, I mean, 2 games that he actually was throwing the ball, they're They might win. Like, if they win this game because of Akeem Butler, oh my god, he might be the MVP favorite after this week. It's sure as hell ain't Harrison Frost. So, we'll see. You're still talking about Akeem Butler right now and all that. 2 new posts. Oh, okay, so random stuff. Search. Okay, Akeem Butler's down to 16. Still nice that he got up to 14. That's what we love to see. With that yardage. The NBA wants money. Yeah, the NBA wants too much money, bro. The NBA is something else. Same as what this league needs. Bro, don't say that, because then give it a few years and he'll get his own podcast and he'll be in WrestleMania like a certain other guy that's on WrestleMania tomorrow. Or no, tonight, my bad. Sup, Adam? Nice to have you here. Might have to hop off. It was nice having you for a bit, G-Man. Enjoy the rest of your time at work. Hope maybe you can come back for a bit. But nice to have you here for a while. Let's see what happens with the defenders in this drive. They do get the ball back again. Start at half. That's one benefit they had. Let's see. Can they make this a 2-score game again? Oh, pretty. The ball's recovered up to the 25. Gets down at about the 25 exact. You know what? Nah, you're coming out here. Bringing you on here for a little bit. Let's see what happens. Talma again is having his best game this season right now. 12-18 for 127 yards, 2 touchdowns. Overall pretty solid. Minnesota Wildcats. Hey, you never know. We'll see. So let's see if DC can score here. What are you talking about, Cam? Let's see. They're in shotgun right now. 2 receivers on both sides of the ball. Ooh, no, they got tight end left side. So they got 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Ball snap. They hand it off. And they only get about 1.5 yards right now. Not a great drive. So far, the ground game has been pretty weak for DC today. They definitely need to get some better. There is a flag here. Let's see what this flag is. Offsides on the defense, so they get a big break right there. Get an extra 5 yards. It's a nice break for them. Okay, what notification did I just get? Oh, that, okay. Let's see. In shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, ball snap. They hand it off once again. Cuts inside. Gets about 1 yard with forward progress. Another not-so-great run right there for them. So far, this game is probably... Honestly, even though it's a close game, I'd probably say it's a C-tier one. It's one of those where it is literally like the highlight plays to Akeem Butler, and then it's just been a kind of regular game. It's a pretty average game. It's a close game. So far to me, though, it's just kind of average, because especially the Battlehawks, it's like I can't really respect a game so much when it's just 2 big plays and the rest of the time the offenses are doing nothing. Rush up the middle for about 2 yards. Both grounding games have been, like, St. Louis just isn't running the ball. They ran it for, like, 2 10-yard rushes and haven't done anything else. DC just isn't having a good ground game whatsoever. It's just decent football. Probably C or B tier right now. If they can get the trademarks, I think they definitely should. Like, especially the Nighthawks were a classic. They had a lot of fan support in Omaha. Then, of course, I mean, yes, you do have, like, you have, like, the Colonels and a couple other teams are up there. You definitely have a lot. So, I wouldn't be against it. I would love an AF, but I know somebody owns the trademarks, I think. Ball snap. They fake the handoff. Talma rolls out to his right. He's throwing the dump off to Abram Smith, who gets the first down and gets out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. What you just said. Yeah, it's definitely one of the games of all time so far. Smart play right there. I mean, really, I don't know what number 2 was doing. He kind of kept going farther back, like there was somebody that he was covering, but really didn't. So he just must not have been able to see behind him. But well, you can't see behind your head, but you know what I mean. First and 10 for the DC defenders. They're about 15-ish yards away from field goal position. With having Matt McCrane, you can definitely kick a 60-yarder. Ball is snapped. Throws it over the middle. It is caught on the run up to the 45 and down at about the 40. Keeps going, actually. 35 and is down at about the 33-yard line. Great play right there for the DC defenders. Again, another great play by Azumuka right there. And they're in field goal range right now. Again, Talma's having the best. Like, that throw, he would not have made that throw 2 weeks ago based on how he was playing. He is playing his best football right now this season, which if you're a DC fan, you definitely want to see that. Just a beautiful throw. First and 10, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, in shotgun. Ball is snapped. Throws it to the left, and it is bobbled, incomplete. May have been hit with a throw, but it could have been caught, but Powell wasn't able to bring it in, so it's going to be 2nd and 10. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. All of their first game against them, they had 153 yards. They currently have 214. That is an insane difference right there. Well, let's see what they do here in this play. 2nd and 10 now for the DC defenders. Are in field goal range. You don't want to kick a field goal here. If you do, you do. It's an 8-point game, so it's a 1-score plus 2-point conversion. If you get a touchdown, make it a 2-score game. That's what you want to do. 11 and a half minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Ball is snapped. Throws the dump off once again. Caught by Deion Jackson, who cuts up the field. Barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets about half a yard on the play overall. Pretty. Where are you going, Pretty? 3rd down now for the DC defenders. You for the North-South division, East-West. I think that in the future I would like it to be an East-South or a North... Or East-South. An East-West or a North-South conference once they expand. That's what I would say. I think that they should keep it to where it's 2 conferences no matter how many teams are in the league. Ball is snapped. Throws it to the left. It is going to be caught for the 1st down out of bounds. Again, this has happened again. We talked about this in the 1st half. For some reason, on these 3rd down plays, St. Louis is just letting DC defenders, wide receivers, get completely wide open near the sideline. This is at least the 3rd, maybe the 4th instance of them doing this. And this at some point has to be a schematical issue because he is wide open by 5 yards. And again, this is the 3rd or 4th time this happened all day. Yeah, it's only weird that there's no games tomorrow, but yeah. I would like it to be 2 total conferences. I don't want it to be like 4 divisions. Like if they do expand, let's say 16 teams by whatever year, I don't want it to be 4 divisions or something. I want it to be 2 conferences. At least to me, that's what I would like to see. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ball snapped. Tiamu's rolling. He's getting pressured. He throws it away. Good throwaway right there by Tiamu. Not seeing anything there. Okay. And trending. Let's see. How far has Hakeem the Dream fallen? To 22. 2nd and 10 for DC. 5 minutes have gone by in the 1st quarter, or in the 3rd quarter. Second and 10. In shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ball is snapped. Looks to the right side of the field. Throws it over the middle. It is caught by Briley Moore. Gets about 2 yards on the reception right there. 3rd and about 8 for the DC defenders. Let's see what happens now. Okay. Yeah, just threw the quick little dumper right there. Really couldn't have done much. That's probably the best throw he could have made right there. There is a down guy right now for DC. So, and it looks like it is Briley Moore. That is not what you want to see. He was great last week. He traded for him during the offseason from the Aviators. Hopefully this is just like cramping or something. If he is down for legit, you know, like an actual legit injury, that is not what you want to see. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much, at this point, still viewed like that. I've talked to some insiders and all that. It's still very much that the Panthers are guaranteed as long as the stadium is built in time. They just don't know for sure, 100% sure that it is going to be done in time. But if it is, then yes, they are going to be getting that team back. So that's what the issue is. You just got to kind of wait for that. Let's look up some stuff right now. Let's look at PGA. Fitzpatrick at +1, Hovland at +1. I'm kind of okay with that because Scotty's at -4. He's getting up there in the lead. Where is Robbie? He's a bit farther behind, but he's still getting up there. Sepp is, Okay, we'll see. But Ludwig even to the day. Morikawa was even. That's rough too, but obviously injuries hurt him. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe Fitzpatrick and Hovland keep going a bit down, and out of nowhere, Scotty gets the lead. And then NBA-wise, halftime, it is a 7-point lead for the Cavaliers. 3. Yeah, and I mean 100 of those yards, like 106 of those yards are literally to just Hakeem Butler. He is, without a doubt, being a Hakeem Butler merchant today. I mean, he is literally just throwing it to one guy and then hoping that he makes the catch, because if he doesn't, it's like you're just screwed. The noble ads. Gotta love the noble ads. Hey, getting that back for some of these players. Love to see it. You know, can't be mad about that. Let's see. Random stuff. Nope. Paz come back as strong where it may bring the Brahmas back to. The Brahmas definitely one of those where it feels like as long as they can get the stadium to actually work the way they want, they should. And I mean, it's pretty clear they really should have, that this was a team that definitely shouldn't have been moved of the Texas teams, because they got support even when the team was terrible. That's the most important thing. If your team sucks, you still want to have support. San Antonio was awful last year. They were abysmal. Yes, Peyton Party made them a lot better than they were the first 2 weeks of the season. They still sucked, and they had such great fan support the rest of the season, even in spite of that. And it was because you had such a diehard fan base for the Brahmas. It really was a shame they ended up losing that team, but it is what it is. The lemons, oh my god. Gotta love all the lemons, bro. Such a great iconic moment a few years ago. Crazy to think that was over 3 years ago now. 3rd and 8 for the DC defenders. They are in field goal range. Obviously, they want to get the touchdown here, but let's see if they can get this first down. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ball is snapped, looks in the middle of the field. Getting pressured, and he takes the sack. They finally get to him. St. Louis is able to bring him down for about a 6-7 yard loss. They're going to force a field goal here. If they do make this field goal, it still will be an 8-point game, so it's a big lead, but we'll see. You want to get out, Pretty? Okay, I got to go let Pretty out. Here you go, Pretty. Go, Pretty. And there goes Pretty. Okay. Well, she was here for a little bit. Popped on stream. It's nice seeing her. Fourth and 16, 43-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up, and it is a beauty. Almost dead center. It is 20-12. So DC has the 8-point lead with a little over 8.5 minutes left in the third quarter. New posts, no context. And let's look at this right now. Good field goal. Let's see what happens. Is Harrison Frost going to do anything, or is he just going to consider, is he just going to keep throwing the same thing to Hakeem Butler? We'll see in a second. It'll be interesting. But we'll see. Let's see. Yeah, showing Roy Philpott and all them right now. Gotta love it. Scroll down, okay. I'm not seeing anything there. Still trying to see any posts going on or whatever, but... Return is getting up to the 20-yard line, cuts inside, and he gets about to the 22-yard line for St. Louis on the return right there. New post. Nope, nothing right now. Okay. Harrison Ross is still in at quarterback. Very debatable decision. Again, he did not have a good first half whatsoever. I mean, for all intents and purposes, he went 2 of 12. He had 2 passes to Hakeem Butler. One of them was a literal check down that he took 75 yards. And another was a terrible throw into quadruple coverage that Hakeem Butler made an incredible catch on. Outside of that, he has like 12 yards passing on 12 attempts. Ball snap, they hand it off, and it's a good run. It's a 15, 20-yard run up to about the 44-yard line. There is a flag. This might be a holding that will negate this by Lautilus, but that was a big rush if it does end up sticking. They got Panasiuk right there, so this might be holding. Ooh, maybe not. Yep, holding on the offense. I do think he will. I think Silvers just did not look good for a couple weeks, and right now, I mean, we have now seen 2 full halves of Frost, and I can't say that I think he looks great. He just throws to Akeem Butler. You know, I get use your best weapon, but at some point you got to actually do something. So, But 1st and 20, let's see what he does here in this obviously pass scenario. Maybe he can evade some of that and actually throw to somebody else, but if he throws it to just Akeem again, then it's a bit rough. 8.5 minutes left. 2 receivers on both sides of the ball. Ball is snapped. Looks to the right side of the field. Getting pressured. And he takes this. Oh, it might be a safety. They're going to call it a safety. Are they? I don't think they've called it yet. It's not going to be a sack down the 1 yard line or this is a safety. A defender is slow to get up. They're calling it a safety on the field. That's the first safety of the season, if I'm not mistaken. DC gets the safety on Harrison Frost. It is 22-12, and DC is about to get the ball back after the punt. Oh, my God. Terrible play by Harrison Frost. Oh, man. He kept running back, and he ran right into the end zone. Yeah, his foot was in the end zone when he got taken down. Oh, my God. Take by Frost. Is for DC. Terrible play right there to take right there. Oh, man. Yeah, we got a UFL safety. That's terrible. That makes it a 10-point game, so it is officially a 2-score game. Ooh, look, they're showing the jerseys now for the Stallions. But yes, it is officially a 10-point game, so it's a 2-score game. DC can make this a lot more than 2 scores. So, we'll see what they do here. Technically not. It's still only a 10-score game, so it's a touchdown and a field goal. It's not like over. If DC scores a touchdown, then it's probably over. Again, hell, St. Louis put up 21 points last game in the 4th quarter, so, never say never. But for all intensive purposes, if DC scores a touchdown, it's probably over. I mean, that's such a bad sack take. Harrison Ross has looked rough today. He really has. Interviewing Maxwell right now after that. I mean, they took 1 holding penalty, and then they just get the sack. Oh, man, they're showing the play again. Just runs right back into the end zone and just gets taken down. Like, in that scenario, man, you can't just go directly back. You got to decide to go right and left or throw it away. That's... Here goes DC. At least, they may not get the end zones to be able to paint them and all that, but at least they can put their little white DC logo in the middle of the field. So let's see what DC does here. Getting the ball back after the safety. Kick is up. It is going to be recovered at the 5-yard line. Up to the 15. Cuts inside of the 20. Gets to the 20. Breaks the tackle. Gets to the 25-yard line. Going to be out of bounds about the 25-yard line. Is he even worse than Max Duggan? Oh, my God. Maybe. I'm just saying maybe. I mean, he's just throwing the ball deep, so that's a maybe right there. I will say that's a maybe. Yeah, showing the WrestleMania starting in a few hours. You gotta love the Hurricanes game is gonna end like the Hurricane and the Storm games are both gonna end like right when it starts. That's what's that I love right there. The first safety of the season, yeah, gotta love it. First and 10 for DC. Ball is snapped. They hand it off, cuts inside, and he gets about half yard. Again, this ground game for DC, like I said, it's usually one great rush. It's not looking great today. Today it's been really rough. Let's pull up the stats overall while we are at this kind of weird area. Yeah, I mean, the 3.4, it's all because you have a 22-yard rush. Again, with Deion Jackson, he's a 15-yard rush. He just ran it again. If you eliminate this 15-yard rush, he's averaging a really, really poor number, very similar to Abram Smith. So they definitely need to do something on this ground game. It's been pretty rough today. Look at that. They just showed a cup getting added to the beer snake. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. In shotgun. Ball is snapped. Looks to the right side of the field. Throws it. It is going to be caught at the 30, up to the 35. Out of bounds at about 1 yard shy of that. Probably 34-yard line for DC. So it's going to be 3rd down and about 4 for the defenders. See if they can do something. Again, if you're DC, you really do want to score here. Make this an even tougher 2-score game. Because if it's 10 points, it still is just a touchdown, extra point, and a field goal. You definitely want to be more than that. You know, if you even get the field goal, make it a pretty tough 13-point lead, you'll gladly take it. Especially considering that St. Louis has already missed the PAT. Man, that can be rough. But 3rd and 5 for DC. After the safety, 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Let's see if they can get this. In shotgun, 3 receivers line up to the left, 1 to the right. Ball is snapped. They fake the handoff. Teamu's throwing it to the left. It is caught again out of bounds. Dude, this is again the 4th or 5th time. St. Louis on these third downs, they are letting the DC receivers just get to the out of bounds area right past the first down marker with almost little to no coverage. Like, look at that. When Teamu threw the ball, Blood was like 6 yards away from him at least. This is just really bad defensive play by Corey Chamblin's unit today. This is so bad. 1st and 10 for DC. 2 receivers to the right. 3 receivers to the right. 1 to the left now. And it's a timeout called. Battlehawks have not been good on the road. But this is just some questionable defense by the St. Louis Battlehawks right now. I mean, not even right now, just all day. It's just rough. Again, it is literally 3rd down after 3rd down after 3rd down where DC is just throwing these like 10, 15, not even 15, usually like 10-yard out routes, and there's nobody covering them. It's just really bad. Now, there's a false start here. So they lose 5 yards, but if they get this first down, they will be getting the ball in field goal range if they can get the first down. So let's say they can get it. Ball snapped. They fake the handoff. Teamu rolls to the left. Gets to the 45. Out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. So good, solid 7-yard rush for Teamu right there. 6 minutes left now in the third quarter. 2nd and 6. So, wow, they gave him about a 9-yard rush right there. Got the camera on Fred Keiss right now. In shotgun, everybody's lined up close to the O-line. 2 receivers on both sides of the ball. Ball snapped. Teamu looks to the left, throws it quick. It is caught. Incomplete pass. Almost caught that. Could have been tipped or intercepted. It's going to be 3rd and 6 now. I'm not shocked that you say that, Adam. This team is just dominating on 3rd downs right now. It's not even that they're just dominating. It's that St. Louis is just playing awful on 3rd downs. So let's see what happens in this play. If they do this again, bro, if they let them just throw an out route again, oh my God. In shotgun. St. Louis 2 of 6. That's so bad. They only have 6 attempts. 2 receivers on both sides of the ball. Running backs to Teamu's left in the backfield with him. They still can punt. They have not crossed the 50. Ball is snapped. Throws the dump out. Yep, he just had to throw it away. Smith was not ready for it. Pressure got to him. Threw it away. Good defense for St. Louis overall, even with the bad 3rd down. They needed that. That was a good play for them right there. Overall, good play. If they didn't get that, they would have been screwed. But so now they're going to get the ball back. It's going to be in bad field position overall, but they are going to get the ball back, so that's good for them. They need to score. 5 minutes left in the game, or in the third quarter. 10-point game. So let's see what Paxton Brooks can do here. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Bad snap. Almost blocked, but he was able to get it off just in time. Fair catch at about the 15-yard line for St. Louis. So overall, pretty bad field position for them. We'll see. The John Cena shirt with the lemon overshirt. Can't believe that. They just showed a guy holding onto a beer, bro. You're supposed to chug it and then add it to the thing, the beer snake. Come on, man. Yo, the times, broski. Got a first look what happens to safety here. Yeah, Moore is ruled out, by the way. So Brawley Moore is done for the day for the team. Oh, man, I forgot that's what I needed to look up. By the way, Hickey Butler is still trending. I need to look up the Premier League. And by the Premier League, I mean Tottenham. They drew against Brighton. Oh, my God. They blew a lead twice. They had a 1-0 lead in the 39th. And they allowed 2 extra time goals. Oh, my God. Dude, this team is going to be relegated. Oh, my God. They blew a 1-goal lead twice, both in extra. They allowed a goal in the 95th minute, bro. This team cannot be real. Dude, if West Ham wins, they will be 4 points clear of them. Oh my God. Same with Nottingham Forest. Who do they play? Oh, they play the 20th. Okay, they play Crystal Palace on the 20th. They could win that. Nottingham plays tomorrow against Burnley. Oh man, they could do that. Dude, good old Tottenham. They're such a joke. Yeah, Moria. I just saw that, Christian. Definitely a shame for that. Hopefully it's nothing super serious. Hopefully he's not done for you. That would be awful to see. Let's look at this. Tottenham. What a goal. Oh my God, no way they did this. Tottenham, that's crazy. Man, I'm not even seeing posts about how they lost yet. That's so bad. Well, the game like just end. They're actually getting relegated. This is so bad, bro. I mean, how are you losing to this team? Yeah, I just had to go post and make fun of Tottenham real quick. I mean, they deserved it, bro. They shouldn't have been so ass. You know what I'm just saying? Ooh, Collins falling to +1. Hate to see that. Okay, so let's see what St. Louis does here. Again, Harrison Frost should not be in this game anymore, but he probably will be. And then we're going to have a big question about everything else, but yeah. 22-12 for DC over St. Louis. St. Louis has the ball. Ball snapped. They hand it off, cuts inside, gets to the 20, and gets down at about the 24-yard line. Good first down rush for St. Louis. Really, the ground game for St. Louis, they haven't been using it a lot, but it has been a bit better than DC's today. It's not like either run game has really been all that great today, but it's been a bit better. 2nd and 2. Let's see. Are they going to finally not throw to Hakeem Butler? Yeah, dude, Tottenham and their huge $1 billion stadium, whatever, literally getting relegated is hilarious. Again, they are literally like a game behind two teams. They hand it off again, cuts to the right. Great coverage and tackle by DC. They get him down for about a 2.5-yard, maybe even 3-yard loss. A bit of extracurricular. Is there going to be a flag here? No. Ooh, he might be injured. I think he might be down. I think he just tried to get up and literally couldn't. Still plenty of time, yeah. Pete Alonso, 2 home runs so far. Oof, bad start. Man, Pete is not having a good start to the season. That's not what I want to see. Still talking to Michael Pratt right now, who should be in this game right now, but isn't. But we will see. Maybe he comes in if Harrison Frost is another terrible player quarter. Maybe after this quarter they'll put him in the 4th. I don't know. Little championship banner, man. It was so... Dude, I was, like, trying to figure out where it was, and I put my camera there, and I'm like, damn, this banner is so small, bro. But, yeah. I hope you guys saw that community post. I posted a decent amount of pictures I took from the game last week. I do hope I can do at least one more this year. I don't know for sure. It depends what happens, but we'll see. Still interviewing Michael Pratt. I guess this next 3rd down play is never happening. Remember, DC does still have their challenge left. St. Louis does not. They used theirs and failed it. But both teams do have all 3 timeouts this half. Unlike the first half where you were down almost every timeout seemingly in the first 10 minutes of the game. But we'll see. 3rd and 5 for the St. Louis Battlehawks. Down by 10. 3 minutes, 50 seconds left in 3rd quarter. Clock going down now. In shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right and 5 wide. Might be QB draw, honestly. I wouldn't be too shocked with this, honestly. But we'll see. Doing a little bit of an audible, motioning one of the tight ends from far right to the close right. Ball is snapped. Gonna throw it. Getting pressure, throws it to the right. It is caught, but it's... Oh, it's incomplete. It gets knocked out. Ja'Cory Peterson not able to get the catch. Great hit by DC, and it's another incompletion. Harrison Frost still not negating the Hakeem Butler Merchant allegations yet. Gonna keep listening to on power out of my ear. Dang. Dude, first hearing about a bunch of tornado warnings yesterday, now hearing about weather warnings, dude, hate to see that. Hopefully the rain stops and you get your power back soon. I hate when power goes out, bro. It's so awful. Especially if you don't have anything charged. Like, dude, the worst is when the power goes out, but, like, you didn't have your, like, phone charged or, like, your laptop charged, and then the power goes out. It's just, like, returns up to the 30, cuts to the right, gets to the 35, the 40, the 45, out of bounds at the 45. Great return for DC. They are already only about 10 yards away from field goal range. Showing both these teams being 2-1. Obviously, if you win this, you are tied with the Renegades for the second best record currently. Though, obviously, depends what happens in the Storm game for that as well. Look at that. 3 1-3 teams at the bottom. We could have 4 1-3 teams after this week, depending what happens in that Storm Stallions game. Let's see. Notifications. Yeah, just for some reason, it's so true, bro. They hate Michael Pratt, bro. $31. Okay. What? Ball is snapped. Teama throws it to Deion Jackson, who gets 2 yards. I did not just see this. Are we dead ass starting Freddie tonight? Are we being dead ass? No way. No way. No way. Not even showing this. Okay. In shotgun, 2 receivers on both sides of the ball. 3 receivers to the right now, 1 to the left after motioning him. And there's going to be a timeout call, it looks like, by DC. Oh my god, we're standing for Freddie. Oh my god, why are we starting Freddie? Bro, the Hurricanes just love making me hate this team. Okay. I need to find Hurricanes. I cannot believe we're starting Freddie, bro. Over the bus? Come on, man. I'm going to need the best version of Freddie. Playoff Freddie's back. Everyone's behind you, Freddie. Oh, I don't know about that. Did Bussy miss the plane? It's a great one. I hope it works. I really hope it works. I do not want to lose game 1. We need to beat this Senators team in at least 5. At most 5, whatever. Gotta beat them. And showing some highlights right now after the timeout. Keeping up with how these games are playing out. I hope the Stallions will hand Orlando first out. We had a lot of great games. I mean, this season has been really good in terms of overall games played. Like, this could be a bit out of hand depending on how the fourth quarter goes, obviously, in this drive. But even this one has still been close for most of it. We've only had a couple of true blowouts, really the 2 DC games and the first 2 Dallas games. And even then, the first DC blowout was still close in the first half. So, like, it's been a great season so far in terms of games. Ball is snapped. Teama gets pressured. He's rolling to his left, evades a bunch of sacks, gets to the 50, slides right at the 50. Depending where they should spot him right behind the 50 to where if they don't gain anything, they can still punt it. But they do need to be worried about this because they get 2 yards, they're going to be forced to go for it. Even if they get a full yard, they're going to be forced to go for it in 4th down. So they have to be ready to understand they got to go for it in the next play, but we'll see. Teama just running. Slides there. Solid play right there. Literally had the perfect spot to be right behind the 50. So let's see what they do here, 3rd and 5. 4 seconds left. They're going to have to call another timeout here. Yep. Wow, that's terrible. DC has to use another timeout. That's 2 timeouts. Literally just making the joke about timeouts being used. That's the 2nd timeout being used in back-to-back plays. Absolutely terrible clock management right there for DC. Losing those timeouts. God forbid you end up blowing this lead and St. Louis has the lead and this could end up haunting you at the end of the game. And remember, you have to have a timeout to call a challenge. So you essentially are down to no timeouts if you want to use your challenge. That's terrible. Arena League is starting bad. I did not hear about that. 3rd and 5. Come back. It might, honestly. That's terrible. You have to use back-to-back timeouts right there. That's awful. And it looks like they may have given them the ball right beyond the 50-yard line, which is Okay, are we good? Are we good? I don't know why my internet just stopped working. It literally just stopped working for some reason. I don't know what just happened. It just decided to not work. It just booted myself offline for a second. God, bro. Annoying. I'm literally wired connection so this doesn't happen, bro. I swear, all these internet providers suck. They all have their own issues, whether it's Brightspeed, Spectrum, AT&T, or whatever. Just annoying, but we're back, so... Annoyed, but we're back. It is what it is. I do not know what just happened. Okay, they got... What did I just miss? I was literally, like, paying... Okay. Okay, well, DC apparently has the ball up a lot farther, so they got the ball up. Okay, we're back, so... We're back. It is what it is. Okay. What happens over here? New post. Starting lineup. Okay. There we go. Got that all going, okay. But yeah, okay, so we're all good though, but annoying, but we'll take that, you know what I mean? We will take that we're back on stream. It is what it is. I'm back over here now. Okay, there we go. Let's see notifications, nothing else, okay. But yeah, I mean, if they score a touchdown here, it's going to be really tough for St. Louis to actually make this comeback. End of the third quarter, yes, last week they were able to get 21 points in the fourth quarter, but the way they're playing right now, it does not look like that's going to happen. But we'll see. You know, you never say never. Scroll down, let's see. Two more. And commercial break still right now for the game. Getting back. This beer snake, wow, this is not straight whatsoever. This could be a lot. This could be a decent amount tall if they get it straight. But it's still getting up there. It's getting up there despite the you know, thing like that. Current drive, dude. Wow, none of these drives have been... Like, dude, seeing 6 minutes is, like, so, like, nothing because we just watched Columbus have, like, two separate, like, 10-minute drives yesterday. You know what I mean? It was crazy. But 3rd and 3 for the defenders. In shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ball is snapped. They faked it. There is a flag. It might be offsides because it was so quick. They throw it deep, and it is incomplete. There might be another flag here. Not seeing one, so it might just be the one penalty at the very beginning. We need to drop 50 on. And brush in hand. Yep, offsides call in St. Louis, not shocked. When you see a flag that early and the play doesn't get blown off, it's definitely offsides or something like that. He lined up a bit too far ahead. Though, honestly, that angle doesn't look too bad. No, it does actually too bad. Subcar, yep, I did see those. It is nice they were able to actually change those ones. Definitely a big W. Looked a lot better than the ones they had. I still do... I think it would be cool if they use the other ones as, like, an alternate. You know, I'd assume they still have them, but we'll see. 1st and goal for the DC defenders. Ball is snapped. They fake a handoff, then hand it off to Jackson, who gets inside. Ends up getting about 3.5 yards on the carry, so it's going to be 2nd and goal at about the 5.5 yard line. See if they score a touchdown here. If you do score a touchdown here, you probably still just go for 1, I would assume. You make it 29, that's a 19, or that's a 70-point game. Yeah, probably. I mean, you could go for 3, make it a 3-score game, honestly, so I don't know. There's you can argue going for 1, 2, or 3 is the correct call after making this, but we'll see. 2nd and goal. 14 minutes left in the game. 3 receivers lined up together on the right side of the ball. Ball is snapped. Talma looks to that side of the field, throws the dump off, and it is incomplete again. Got pressured immediately, just threw it away quick as can, and was not able to get it in time. Well, Jackson wasn't able to turn around in time. Worst case, you take the field goal here. I do not think this is a must go for a touchdown unless you get like within a yard. I think you do just take the field goal. At that point, you are getting a decent lead. You're getting a 13-point lead. It allows you where if you do get another field goal, you know, that's in theory a 16-point lead, so it's huge. I would just take the field goal here unless you get about 5 yards in this play. Depends. If they get a touchdown here, I agree. If not, St. Louis can still afford to go for 1 or 2, but we'll see. In shotgun, 3 receivers to the right. Ball is snapped. Getting pressured, rolling out to his right. He's going to throw it in the end zone. It is incomplete. No flag. I would just kick it here, get the 3 points, make it 25-12, get a 13-point lead. I think that's the right call here, but we'll see if they end up doing that. So let's see if they end up doing this. Yep, Matt McCrann's going to go out for the kick. I like that. It's the right call here. Take the field goal. Get this lead increased by 3. Make it a 13-point game. Kick is up, and it is a beautiful, quick, easy kick. So, 13-point lead for DC. 25-12 over the Battlehawks. Got 13 minutes left. Got more than enough time for a comeback, obviously. But if they decide to put Harrison Frost back in, he's got to do something. Because he has not done anything. Let's see. It's been a full quarter, and he has not completed a single pass in the second quarter. Not a single one. He has not thrown that many, but he has literally not completed a single pass in the quarter. That is horrid. It is what it is, though. You know, that's, I guess, the Harrison Frost experience, we'll call it. He's going to throw it to one guy, hope that that guy does everything, and if he doesn't, yikes. That's basically what it's looking like. We're halfway there. That out. Battlehawks defenders halfway there, y'all. We'll see. To 50. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get the 50. I got a feel, but I don't know if we're gonna hit the 50, but we'll see what happens. Dang, a lot of people liking those tweets about Hakeem Butler. Again, it's great that we saw him get up to 14 on trending. I mean, damn, like last week's ranking, I mean, TV ratings were insanely good. Maybe we get lucky this week, and I mean, if we have another Millie game, oh my god, that'd be great. Because that would literally match. If we got a million game for this, that literally matches all of last year. Granted, it's gonna be a bit tougher because you have the NBA game going on right now, but never say never. And the hockey game is starting. That means my ass is going to be changing one of these to Sling, it looks like, or something like that. Let's see. Do I have myself signed in already? Maybe I do. No, I don't. That's cringe. I thought I was. I'm not. That sucks. I'm going to go to ESPN because I think the game's on ESPN+. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Where is it? Come on, I just want to watch my team. Dude, they on the leagues page, they're literally showing leagues not a single soul cares about. That's hilarious. Oh, I'm signing in the wrong account. Okay, screw it. I guess I'll just wait for the game to be over, then I'll put it on. I'll just keep up with it on the side. Just keep changing it to NHL, NHL, NHL. God, we better get this win today. Who are you pulling for Zomb, Stallions, or Storm? I'm pulling for the team I picked to win, the Stallions, and I do think that, even though I'm not the biggest AJ fan, I do want him to get the win over Beck. I think the way that he was treated in St. Louis, especially at the end, the issue he had in San Antonio did stem from Beck. I think that he needs this win, so I am going to pick them to get the W. And I do want them to get the win, but we'll see. Harrison Frost, bro. Why are we still acting like this brother's gonna do something? Come on, man. Body armor towels. Let's see what happens here. So about to have the kickoff. St. Louis needs a score here. They really need a touchdown. Obviously, you're down. It's just technically you don't. Well, you do need it. You're down 13. You need a touchdown here. So we'll see what ends up happening on this drive. Hopefully they don't take a safety this time. That'd be a bad call. It's a bad decision to take a safety. Returns at the 5, up to the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25. Gets to the 30 and gets taken down at about the 35-yard line. Is able to push forward for a couple extra yards, so about 35-yard line. What? Setting up shop in St. Louis. You guys are not in St. Louis today, but whatever, I guess. The Orlando Storm account is having a bit of a laugh right now. Let's see, is this deleted already? No. Okay. Oh, what is this? Are they going to show these? They rush up the middle for about a 1-yard gain. Wow, they're still not updating. That's hilarious. 30 views, bro. 2nd and 8 now for the St. Louis Battlehawks after the 2-yard rush. Hakeem Butler, 2 second straight game with 100 yards. Oh, yeah, I wonder why. You know, Harrison Frost, baby. Let's see, 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Obvious throw, ball is snapped, looks to the left, and he throws it. It is caught! He threw a pass that wasn't Hakeem Butler. First down, and another 5 yards. Overall about a 11-yard gain for Blake Jackson right there. Crazy. We actually saw Harrison Frost complete pass. That is his first completed pass in the entire second half, by the way. First completed pass at the half. And his third pass that isn't to Hakeem Butler. Crazy. 1st and 10 for St. Louis. 11:40 left. 2 receivers to the left, 3 to the right. Ball is snapped. Looks to the middle of the field. Rolls to his right. Still rolling. Should just throw it away here. He should just throw it away here. He's going to throw it deep to the side, and it's incomplete. Very dangerous decision-making for him. He could have easily lost a lot of yardage there. Not a big fan of that. Yes, could have been a highlight reel play, but still. There is a flag here. Let's see what this flag is. Shannon looks pissed. Looks like this might be some sort of a roughing the passer that probably shouldn't be, but we'll see. Unnecessary roughness is what they're calling on DC. Holding penalty gets declined, and then there's a unnecessary roughness on the defense. Bad for them right there. Let's see this. Okay, that's I'm not against that. He trucked him. I'm okay with that. That's an okay penalty. I'm okay with that one right there. 1st and 10 now for the Battlehawks after the penalty. Now, the best part for DC, though, the one silver lining is if they do stop them here, it'll make this either a tougher field goal. If you get a sack or two, you could potentially even force them to punt, obviously, or you force them to go for it, but they're going to kick the field goal probably, but we'll see. 11 minutes left, 11 and a half. Ball is snapped. Frost looks to the right side of the field. He's going to throw the dump off to Howard, who gets a 1st down and then about 2 yards extra. Man, Yak Merchant right here. Harrison Frost, he thinks he's Jack Plummer. 1st and 10 for the St. Louis Battlehawks. Definitely like that they're going to be trying to do this quick. They got to be snapping this ball before 15 seconds each time. You don't have a ton of time left. DC is going to try to kill a lot of clock. Just keep going. Go a bit faster. Should snap this ball before 15 seconds. Looks like they're going to actually eat up a bit too much time here, but it is what it is. Ball is snapped. They hand it off. Howard cuts to the right. He breaks away for the 20, the 15, the 10. He's still on his feet, gets out of bounds about the 7-yard line. Great rush for the Battlehawks. Again, this is their best game rushing so far this season by far. Finally running the ball a little bit more, and they're doing pretty well. 1st and goal. They got to get a touchdown here. Great run by Howard. He just cut to the right, was able to evade that one tackle, then just kept going on the sideline. Is that another dread tackle? Oh, my God. 1st and goal for the Battlehawks. Going to be a little over 10 minutes left when they snap this ball. Let's see if they can get this. In shotgun. Got 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Ball is snapped. They hand it off again. Breaks them, man. He stiffs arms and lateralus gets the end zone. Touchdown, St. Louis. They have 18 points now. They are just down by 7. Should be able to just kick the quick, easy extra point. Try and make this a 6-point game. Great play with lateralus. He just completely stiff-armed that guy down to oblivion. Tried to pull a Derrick Henry, basically. Great play by him. Any new posts? 4 new posts? Okay, nothing so far. Great play. Look at that. Has a guy on him. Just, oh, that's beautiful stiff arm right there. Just shoved him away. Great play by lateralus right there. Go for 3. It's a bit crazy. You just go for 1. Even though I do understand why you would want to go for 3. You just got to go for that 2 right there. So, we'll see. Or go for the 1. You know, make it to where it's a 6-point game. If they kick a field goal, it's a 9-point game, so it's still a 1-score game. And if they end up getting a touchdown, you're already kind of screwed. So I am good going for 1 there. Just a great stiff arm, bro. Lil Cam with a caca. Just a great stiff arm, man. It's a great play by lateralus. Man, they keep showing this, bro. They're just bullying him right there. Come on. You got to stop it at some point. You got to stop showing it at some point. We got 10 minutes exact left in the clock. DC, obviously, best case for them is to get a field goal at least. I mean, a touchdown at this point. If they can eat up 5 minutes, score a touchdown, makes the game almost untouchable. But with all honesty, even a field goal, if they can eat up like 4 minutes, kick a field goal, it makes it a tougher game for St. Louis. They're going to have to score a touchdown and a 3-point conversion, but we'll see. Of course, they're showing the DraftKings Sportsbook. 165 to score a touchdown. Gotta love it, bro. 10 minutes left in the game. St. Louis going for the kick. The kick is up. It is bouncing early. It's recovered at the 15, up to the 20, the 25. The 30, Ty Scott gets to about the 35-yard line. Good return right there. I do, but I wish it was further back. I wish it was like a 40 or 45-yard kick and not just the traditional 33. That's my book. It's going to call the law. Hey, we'll see. If they get the win, maybe. Showing the playoff game last year where the defenders are able to beat them. 36-18. Most of those points came from Brandon Silvers, who has fallen down since that, but it is what it is. 1st and 10. 9 minutes and 54 seconds left. I gotta go help my dad with groceries. It was great having you for a bit, Adam, for a while. Have a good rest of the time and enjoy the next game in the Stanley Cup playoffs tonight. 156.3, just an insane game by him in that ship. 9:54. 2 points needed to hit the over. Of course they're showing that. Of course they are. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Tight end is semi-backfield with the running back. Fake the handoff. Quick throw to the tight end, who gets about 3.5 yards on the carry. Wow, they're going to give him like the full 4 yards right there. Really good play right there for them then. Going to be about 2nd and 6 here for the defenders. And even if you do lose today, you could have a silver lining. If Birmingham does end up losing, being at 2-2 isn't as bad as it sounds because you won't have a single other team even there. They'll all be 1-3. We'll see if that sticks, but that is the one benefit for you is that you don't have to necessarily, like, this is not that must-win game to that level because of that. Third, 2nd and 4. Ooh, there's a player down right now for St. Louis. Pretty shocked with the spot. They gave him a really generous spot, giving him 6 yards with that one, but hey, it is what it is. I mean, you take that. You take that if you're a Defenders fan. We're still on the timeout right now with the injury. I guess while we're there, I'm going to click on this. Hit refresh. Game still hasn't started yet, bro. It's been 11 minutes. Come on, man. Actually, I'm glad. It hasn't started yet. That means I'm not going to miss much. 2nd and 4 for the DC Defenders. Showing all the quarterbacks 11, 12, and 13 for this team. Now showing Ricky. Still wild, man. DC's lining up. They got 2 receivers to the right. They got 2 to the left. And they got the running back to the left of Teamu in the backfield with him. Motioning Scott. They fake the handoff, and they do end up handing it off. Oop, Teamu runs for the first down, gets to the 50. Keeps going. The 45. And he's down at the 41-yard line. They are in field goal range. With Matt McCrane, this is already field goal range. As long as they don't lose that many more yards, they are already in field goal range. If they can get a touchdown, though, it basically makes the game over. But we'll see. Just great overplay by Teamu. Scotty is tied first on the leaderboard. That is crazy. Fight to start the game. Man, I didn't get to see it. That sucks. They better be showing this on Twitter. I need to see this fight, bro. They hand it off a little bit. It's a 5-yard gain. Goes out of bounds. They might give him even a few more yards, but it should be about 5 yards. Might give him about 7 yards, but we'll see. Harmon and -8 today. That's crazy. 2nd and 1. Wow, they did give him all that. 2nd and 1 for the DC defenders. 8 minutes left. Shouldn't snap this right now. They should wait a few seconds. Wow, they snap it early. Bit of a questionable snap, but they get the handoff. Evades tackle, first down, gets out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. Should be milking out more clock. They should be only snapping this ball with like 5 or less seconds left in the play clock every single time. You want to just get as much time off as possible, especially after you just watch what Columbus was able to do to Dallas yesterday. Like, come on. We'll see what they do here. Under 8 minutes left in the game now. Jinx my QP. Oh my gosh. Three receivers to the right side of the ball, 1 to the left. Ball is snapped. Fake the handoff. Throws it to the left. And it's incomplete. Going for the end zone shot. Bit questionable, but, you know, your clock is still going to go, so it's okay. But 2nd and 10. Going to be about 7 minutes left when the next snap happens. Yeah, I just went right for that end zone shot right there. I was looking for a flag, did not get one. DC does still have their challenge left. They cannot use a timeout or else they're going to lose their challenge, so they probably are not going to use a timeout at any point at the rest of the game. They hand it off, cuts inside, gets about 2.5 yards in the carry, about 3 yards in the carry. So you've got 3rd and 7. You don't need a first down here. Again, a field goal is already going to put you at a pretty good lead. That's a 9-point lead. So it's already going to make it pretty tough. The St. Louis is going to have to get the touchdown and the 3-point conversion. So a field goal is okay. Yes, you do want touchdown, make it a guaranteed 2-score game, but we'll see. Again, shouldn't snap this ball until there's like less than 5 seconds left. Make this a 6.5-minute snap. Technically less than that, but we'll see. 6.5 minutes left in the game now. 3 receivers to the left. Ball is snapped. Teamu looks to the left, rolling to his right. He's got a man in front of him. Stiff arms him down. Throws it to the right. It is incomplete, out of bounds throw. Forcing the field goal. So St. Louis is able to hold and force the field goal. We will see if they can make this kick. If Matt McCrane can make this one, it will make it a 9-point game with about 6 minutes left, which will make this a tough one. You're going to have to get a touchdown and the extra point of the 3-point try. Let's see, trending. There was a fight initially, better have been trending. I don't know how it's not trending. Like, come on, man. Kick is up. Beautiful kick right down the middle. 39-yard field goal. Again, he's just making so many kicks. Definitely going to get an NFL shot. 28-19 DC over St. Louis. It is a 9-point game with 5 minutes and 50 seconds left. We will see if they can hold on to this lead. We will see if Harrison Frost throws it to Hakeem Butler some more. We will see. But for now, going to commercial break again. And now stretching that QB is crazy, but true. Box score. Hey, 24 yards in this entire half is pretty crazy. Like, this is a solid stat line. I mean, it's just the grounding has been a bit rough. Like, 2.9 yards per rush, 1.6. Ooh, those are bad numbers. Yeah, that's the only reason this game is as close as it is. Outside of Akeem Butler, like, obviously Akeem's the number one reason. Outside of that, it's ground game for DC. He's just not been good today. And it's hurting him a lot, but it is what it is. Still in commercial break right now. St. Louis, this is going to be really interesting how they handle this drive. Because on one hand, I do understand the argument they might want to try to get this to be the last touchdown in regulation, try to force overtime. But I don't think you can do that. I think St. Louis really needs to be quick on this drive. At the end of the day, you are down by 9. You have to view it as a 2-score game. Yes, it is technically 1 score. You can get the 3-point conversion. But this isn't a 1 or even a 2-point. You cannot view that a 3-point is a guaranteed conversion. So you have to just score quickly. And if you get into field goal range and you get stopped, I do think you take the field goal. You don't necessarily go for it. Because then you can go for the 4th and 12 and then try to get a touchdown on that drive. I mean, hell, with the 4th and 12, you technically can just go for 3 straight field goals if you can keep making them. So we'll see how it goes. At least that's what I view. You take the field goal if the chance shows itself. You take the kick. You go for 4th and 12, and you might have to do it again. But it is what it is. That's how I view it. 13 post. Oh, they're showing the fight. Ooh, Jordan just pwned Brady. Love to see that. Brady got his ass kicked by Jordan. Oh, that's great. I love that. That's my captain. Beating the hell out of him, bro. Kickoff is up. It is going to be deep. Initially recovered at about the 15-yard line on an insane kickoff up to the 25. And gets taken down at about the 25. 4-point field goal. I mean, yes, you could do the 4-point field goal. I think it's hard to view it in, like, that regard. Because even if you do kick the 4-point field goal, you're still down by 5. So, like, to me, it's just a matter of kicking the field goal in general. You just have to get into field goal range and make it. Because the effect you have the 4th and 12, like, if you can get in field goal range, you kick the field goal. Because then, you know, best case scenario, you then get to do 4th and 12, get a touchdown and win off that. But we'll see. They got to at least score first, so let's see what they do here. At the 27-yard line. Ball is snapped. They hand it off. Ooh, breaks 3, gets the first down, and then some up to the 50. Oh, my God. 40. The 30. And he gets taken down at the 23-yard line. Unbelievably bad defense from DC right there. They left a wide open hole. Nobody was able to close in. And he just, Jarvian Howard with a massive run for the St. Louis Battlehawks. Wasn't fast enough to get the touchdown, but was still able to get a huge gain for him. They're already in field goal range. That is a terrible, terrible look for the defense right there. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, one to run is right. I mean, that's insane right there. 1st and 10 for the Battlehawks. 3 guys to the left, 1 to the right. And this might be offsides on the defense now. Or encroachment. Let's see. Yep, another penalty for DC. They just lose 5 yards like that right there again. 12 men on the field for DC. Oh, my goodness. This is not good for the DC. That's bad. I mean, the worst part is that St. Louis is not taking time off the clock. I mean, the clock is in DC's favor, all things considered. The fact that St. Louis is not really taking a lot of time off the clock because of that, this could really hurt DC. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. DC showing blitz. Ball is snapped. They hand it off again. They are able to... Oh, nope, they don't stop him. He keeps going. Ends up getting about 4 yards. They might stop him at short, but we'll see. That I have directly spent, like me, honestly, not a ton. I have gotten a lot of stuff from gifts from people, my family and all that. I've gotten 1, maybe 2, probably like less than 500 specifically, but a lot of that is, like I said, because of, you know, things like that. gifts and all that. In terms of money that has been overall spent on the league, that has been for me or me myself. Frost rolls to the left. It gets that way. Is that Michael Pratt? It's Michael Pratt! He gets a nice rush right there, and he's only coming in for rushes. Oh my goodness. But he gets a few yards. But if you're talking about like overall money spent on me, probably like a little under $1,000 for the UFL is what I would say. Between the championship game, the DC game, the USFL championship game. In fact, I got like 5 jerseys now. Like this shirt was free. I got this at the game. This was not the free shirt given out, but this is what it wasn't I got for free, so I'll take this. But yeah. First and goal for the St. Louis Battlehawks there. The 8-yard line, ball is snapped. They hand it off, and it's going to be about a 3-yard gain. Going to be down about the 5-yard line. Going to be second and goal from the 5-yard line with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. So now St. Louis is actually using they're not using too little or too much clock. They're in this weird area where they really can't be. Because if you do score a touchdown and get a 3-point conversion, DC still could, in theory, score off a walk-off field goal or something. And if you leave too little clock, it also means that if you don't get the 4th and 12, you might lose there either. So this is going to be interesting. This is very interesting where we're at right now. Another flag. Is this going to be on the offense this time? Yep, false start on the offense. So a bit of a break for DC. 5-yard penalty for St. Louis. They're going to fall back to be second and goal from the 10-yard line now. Yeah, the defense is crumbling a little bit. I know there's been a couple injuries, but like this is looking bad. But that's a big false start for them right there. There's a big break for DC. Second and goal. Ball is snapped. Throws it to the left. He wasn't ready for the ball. He was trying to throw it to Akeem Butler. He wasn't ready for it. It's third and goal. Again, even though you are at this spot... Ooh, this is a tough one. With that play call, to me, that shows that you're going to kick this field goal. If you don't get it here. If you're going to throw it there, this tells me that you're going to kick the field goal. But we'll see. I know it has a card, especially after last week. Last week's was an insanely good card. It was a great card on paper, great card in reality, but we got a lot of stuff tonight, so probably not going to be able to watch that one tonight. Let's see, can they get this third and goal? If they don't get a touchdown here, they're probably kicking the field goal. He gets pressured, and it's sacked! The ball's out! St. Louis gets it. Oh, they're calling it a throw. Fourth and goal, they gotta kick the field goal here, and they gotta go for the 4th and 12. That's what I think you have to do at this point. Could have been really bad for for St. Louis there, but it looks like they're going to call that a throw. Let's see. Yeah, that is technically a throw, but then that should be intentional grounding then. If you're going to call... I know he's getting hit. I don't know. We'll see what they call it, but... Are they really going for this? This is a risky call. If you don't get this, this is game over for all intents and purposes. If you do not get this touchdown, it's game over. St. Louis does have all 3 timeouts, so in theory they could get the ball back with still like a minute, 20 seconds left. But, I don't know, man. 2-minute warning. St. Louis, they might be going for this, which would be insanely risky. I wouldn't, but they might be. You have the 4th and 12 option. We'll see. Diego Pavia. Oh, no. Not Diego Pavia. That's something else. But we'll see. They're not even going to commercial break for this. And I think that's the right call because this is such an ending right here. Or are they finally going to it now? Wow, they go for it now after it's been like that long? Okay, weird call, but hey, you do you, UFL. Still no announcement on the attendance. I'm kind of shocked. I'm pretty sure we got the attendance last week pretty early. It might be because of who's there. Because I know Larson, I think, is in Birmingham. I don't know for sure Christian is at the game this week. 3 new posts? No, okay. But, yeah, let's see. Is there a goal yet in the game? No, okay, so 10 minutes in, no goal yet. Wow, it's like not even... it might just be they're not showing shots. Like, no way we don't have a shot on goal. There's just no way. Oh my goodness. Now let's look at the PGA while we're still in commercial break. Ooh, Scotty's only at -12 now. Come on, Scotty. You got this. You got this. Get that W. Hasn't won enough this year. Only has like 1 win this year. Got to get some more. Yeah, the 1 win earlier on the American, but we'll see. What's trending as well? We'll check that out real quick. Sound the siren is trending. Okay, we take that. Still a commercial break. Dude, these 2-minute warnings feel like they last forever. It really feels like they'll start at like, you know, like 3 o'clock and then it won't end until like 3:15. So I swear. But still 2-minute warning. Again, in terms of the question marks for St. Louis. St. Louis is at the 10-yard line. So this is essentially, this is literally where the 3-point conversion attempt would be. So in theory, you can try to score a touchdown here and view it as a 3-point conversion in the sense that if you get this, you then get the touchdown to then go for it again. You know, run it back. Which is a legit option. With that being said, the odds that you can make back-to-back, you know, touchdowns from the 10-yard line, pretty slim. At the same token, though, you know, you could score a field goal here. You do the 4th and 12 option. If you convert that, you get the ball back around like the 50-yard line-ish. And then you just have to get into field goal range again and then do it again. Or go for the touchdown there and then win the game on an extra point. It's a tough call if you're Ricky Prohl. I think the bottom line is it's easier to get a 4th and 12 in open field than it is to get a, you know, touchdown when you only have 20 yards to work with. So I would kick the field goal. That's what I would do, but we'll see. Hagel on Storm, I think it's a good decision. He's doing a good job, but I definitely don't think it was a weird call. I understand it because he lives in the Orlando area, but it is what it is. Van Terra, I'm not a big... I honestly don't care a ton. I mean, the bottom line is Joshua Van is, you know, a paper champion, technically. Pantoja literally lost because his arm just disintegrated on him. So I can't really view him as, like, the champion. They're all kicking this. I do think this is the right call. I like the decision from St. Louis. Strickland, Shemaev. It's one of those fights where everybody wins and everybody loses because everybody hates both of them. So it's like everybody wins that one of them loses, but everybody loses because one of them wins. Yeah, gotta love the 4th and 12. Gotta love the UFL, the USFL, XFL, and all that for having this. But let's see if they make this kick. They gotta make this kick first and foremost. And they do. So it is now a 6-point game. DC needs to stop this 4th and 12 if they want to win, but we'll see. So we're at the end game now. 1:58. St. Louis is gonna go for the 4th and 12 option. They technically don't have to because they have 3 timeouts, but I think we can all agree that it's the right call to do it. In terms of field position battle, there's no reason not to go for it here. You got to go for it, but we'll see if they can get this one. If they get it the 40-yard line. They're going to need to get, obviously, about 60 yards if they only get 12 yards, but we'll see. Harrison Frost, man. Bro might be 2-0 in... is the main quarterback while not playing well in really either game, which is hilarious, but we'll see. They are going for the 4th and 12. Remember, DC does have their challenge, so even if St. Louis gets this, they might call it. Oh, wait, are they kicking this? Harrison Frost is on the sideline. They're kicking this. Wow, I would not do that. This is a bold... This is really trusting your defense. If DC gets 2 first downs, it's game over, or if they get 1, depending how timeouts are used. Very risky decision by Prohl. He is really trusting this defense. Very controversial move to do this. I'm not a huge fan of this. This is like ultra conservative level football, but, you know, it might work out if they can get the stop or get a turnover. Man, we'll see. The kick for St. Louis is up. Oh my God, it's being bounced. Okay, it gets picked up at the 10, 15. It's a great kick. They're down at the 15-yard line, so it ends up being a great overall kickoff for St. Louis. But again, DC, they do not need to score. Scoring means nothing to them. They just need to get first downs, and the game's over. So we'll see. Yeah, this is a close game. This is a great game for sure. But let's see if DC can win this one or not. 2 first downs, it's over. But can they get 2 first downs? We will see. And they do have the challenge left. That is a big deal. They have the challenge left. We saw that in the Birmingham-Houston game. The challenge has played a massive role in who won that game. Right? Both teams challenged. Houston used theirs last. They won. St. Louis already used theirs. They don't have one. DC, they have it still. They haven't used their timeout. Like I said, they could not use that last timeout, so they have the challenge, and they still do. 1st and 10. DC is in shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and 1 in front of Teamu in the backfield. Ball snapped. They hand it off to the receiver, who gets about 2 yards. Oh, he goes out of bounds! I think the clock is still going to run, though, if the rules are the way it is, but it's a 4-yard gain for the DC defenders. Nope, it is. That's a bad move for DC. You could not go out of bounds there. You just gave St. Louis a timeout for free. Terrible, terrible play right there for DC. 4-yard gain is good, but if you go out of bounds, it's almost meaningless. So let's see what they do here. They got to get a first down now. Like right now. In shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Once again, the tight end is in the backfield, but in front. Doing the exact same play on the other side. And it's a 1-yard loss. This is a horrid, and I mean absolutely horrid drive for DC right now. That is terrible. St. Louis calls the timeout. They have 2 timeouts left. Now DC is in a very questionable spot. You might, because yes, if you run it, you guarantee you force them a timeout, but you need the first down here. So now you're at a very debatable situation. Do you punt this? Do you kick it? I also don't like the fact they did the exact same play call just on the other side. Seems like a really bad decision there. Very questionable coaching from the offense right now. And overall, just playing. Again, going out of bounds, that's not on the coach. The receiver should have gone down, but we'll see. Again, bros, talking about betting like we do not care. Insert the Mike Tomlin clip. We do not care. 3rd and 7 for the DC defenders. St. Louis might get a huge break from that terrible, terrible decision to go out of bounds right there, and the fact that they then didn't get anything on the second down play. They might have to throw it here. They might just be conservative and run it. We will see what they do here. Low-key quarterback draw? Maybe. Ball is snapped. They do the same play again. Oh, my God. Terrible play calling. Oh my God. They just did the same exact play 3 times in a row. That's terrible. So St. Louis is going to get the ball back, and they're going to have a lot of time left because they weren't, and they're going to have a timeout left just because of terrible decision making. Just awful ending right there. Oof. Attendance is rough, baby, rough. Let's do 2025 before I make this post about the poo-poo attendance for today. Okay, so much better. Okay, so 12,000. Let's see, the kick is, the punt is up, does not get blocked. It is going to be down at about the 35-yard line. Gets to the 40, the 35, the 45, and down about the 49-yard line. 11,000, okay. There is a flag, though. There are flags now. DC, there we go. There we go. 1st and 10. You missed the fact that DC is choking. They are choking hard. Frost rolls up in the pocket. He's going to run for it. He gets down at about the 28-yard line. DC should have won this game. They allowed a Jarvian Howard, 40-yard breakaway run. They then got the ball back. St. Louis decided to go for the kickoff instead of the 4th and 12. They completely whiffed it. Their first play was a handoff to the running back on the wide receiver and end around. Ball is snapped. Frost throws it to the right. It is incomplete. It was an end around to the receiver, who then went out of bounds for some reason. Then they did, get this, the same play, but to the other side of the field. And then get this, the same play minus where the tight end is, back to the other way. The same play 3 straight times. Awful 3 and out. St. Louis has a timeout left. Minute and 3 seconds left to score a touchdown. And if they get any extra points, game over. And the attendance was terrible. But that's another thing. Showing Skip Holtz and B. Ham. Love to see that. And they get the second fumble. DC's going to win the game. Up to the 50. They're going to have to call this to make sure this is a fumble. At the moment, this is a fumble on Harrison Frost, recovered by DC to get the win. And St. Louis doesn't have a challenge. And added at the bottom. Honestly, I don't know how all those things work. I know there's a lot of weird things they do with it. So I can't say for sure. Ooh, that might not be a fumble. Hold up. There might not be a fumble. I think it's a fumble. Actually, look. I think he was losing control of it. I think that's game over. DC wins. If that is, in fact, fumble, that is game over. Nope, they are saying it wasn't. Okay. It was a close one. I'm not against them calling that. It was close. It looked like he may have been losing it. I'm fine with them going against it. Calling the field. If it's a call in the field is that, then it's hard to challenge it. But still, it's 3rd and 21. For DC, this is inexcusable lost territory. You're at 3rd and 21. You got to stop them twice. And this is a almost must-pass scenario for the Battlehawks. This should be an easy win for DC here. But again, Hakeem Butler is on the Battlehawks. That's all that needs to be said. Hakeem Butler is on the Battlehawks. So never say never. 3rd and 21 for the St. Louis Battlehawks. They got 2 plays to get a first down here. No timeout. So if this is inbounds, remember, clock only stops on first downs. So if they did not get a first down, they're inbounds. They got to go like that to get the ball snapped. And they cannot spike it. 2 receivers on both sides of the ball. Jarvian Howard is to his left, motioning one from the right to the left. 3 receivers line up to the left now, 1 to the right. Howard in the backfield to his left. Ball is snapped. Looks to the left side of the field. He's not getting tons of pressure. He's looking for the deep throw. He's going to throw it to the end zone. It is intercepted. It is over. Harrison Frost with an awful throw in the end zone that gets intercepted. He went for the end zone shot, and it ends. DC wins the game. Awful INT to end the game. DC wins. Wow, that is a terrible way to end it for the Battlehawks. That was such a bad throw right there. So DC is going to win the game 28-22. Hate to say it, but I think at this point we can safely say that Harrison Frost is not that guy. I'm just saying. I don't think he's that guy. Harrison Frost is getting like an F. He was terrible. He had one... Even the throws that got him yards were terrible. He played terrible. They need to go to Michael Pratt. If Michael Pratt starts this... If Michael Pratt is even half as good as we think he is, they probably win this game. Overall, though, the defense at the very end, it's a bad loss. This was a rough one. Frost was not good. Frost, he had one pass that was for 4 yards, and Hakeem Butler took 70 yards for a touchdown. And his other throw to Hakeem Butler was a 4-yard completion, was to quadruple coverage that Hakeem just made an insane catch. Like, Hakeem Butler, I would argue, is my MVP right now. He is the only reason this Battlehawks offense is looking as good as it is. Right now, Howard had a good game, but Hakeem Butler is looking insane. Overall, though, DC wins. DC is going to stay at number 1 in my power rankings no matter what happens in the next game. So, I don't know if the power rankings is going to come out tomorrow. It probably comes out tomorrow. It might be Monday. But DC is going to stay at number 1. Everything else is up for grabs. DC stays at 1. St. Louis falls or stays the same. Look at Drew. See him right there, but we'll see. It was a close game. I was close. I had this as a 4-point game. I had this as 24-20. I was close. But DC gets the W. Wow, they turned this off quick. What are they putting on now? Oh, nope, they didn't. Okay. Yeah, the Defender's still the number 1 team to me. Like, when you look at this stat line right now, like, this is awful. This is awful. And I remember, 100 of these yards are literally to Hakeem Butler on 2 plays. This terrible stat line. Howard was great. He had the 51-yard rush, was insanely good. DC-wise, like, even though the ending was bad, overall Teamo played his best game of the year. So, big game, but that pretty much does it. Again, next game on the UFL slate starts in about 20 minutes. It's going to be on Fox, the Storm versus the Stallions. So, if you want to go watch that game, you can go check that one out. I will be streaming, obviously, the next Friday game I should be, and then one other game. So, be on the lookout for all that. As always, this has been Zomb Phox. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, Power Rankings might be tomorrow. I might be putting it out tomorrow. It depends if I get stuff done tonight. I should be able to, because aside from the Arsenal-Man City games, not like there's really much going on tomorrow morning. So be on the lookout for that. Enjoyed this video, or if you enjoyed this stream, subscribe, like it. Think about becoming a community member. And as always, guys, have a great night.